Welcome to Learned and Go Go, the podcast. It's not playing again. It does this to me every week.
Technical difficulties.
Why won't you play for me? Dun 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 dun. That's what it's supposed to sound like. Dun dun dun. Ba-ba-da.
There
Here
we
we
go.
go.
I was
Hey,
actually grooving.
guys. It's Sydnee A. I am your host, and I am also the author of Everything I Need to Know I Learned in Go Go, How a Preacher's Daughter Pole Danced Her Way to Finding Her True Self. And tonight is a super exciting episode of Learn and Go Go. I am so glad you guys are all here because I am happy to introduce Keith Groyon to the show. Yay!
Thank you for having me.
Thank you so much for popping on here. I am so excited about this because we were just chatting earlier today and this was a last minute idea. So I'm super duper excited. For those of you who are not familiar with Keith, he is the creator of the Red Huntress series. So I love
Yes,
that
yes,
picture.
yes. This is
Yes.
such a great picture.
Yeah, it is so awesome. So you can see Keith is also involved as an actor as well as director, creator. What other
Just
titles?
everything, when you're working as an indie filmmaker, you just gotta learn everything. Like I told you on set, it's like everything. Like you gotta know makeup, directing, everything. Because if you're short on hands, then you gotta just pick it up yourself.
Absolutely, and you need to be able to pivot. That's
Yes,
one thing. Like it's just
yes.
when things aren't going the way that you scripted, you just yell plot twist.
Plot twist. We're changing.
Exactly. And so I got to meet Keith in person this past weekend. I'm super excited to be involved in this project. And I'm learning how to do all kinds of things, which is super exciting. I'm just new to acting, and this is the furthest I have traveled from home to do a project.
Really now?
Yes.
Oh, okay, okay. At least it wasn't too cold. Not
No,
too
we.
cold. Too cold. I'm not gonna bipolar weather.
Absolutely. Well, it was 16 when I flew in on Friday, and then it was in the 50s on Sunday.
Yeah,
So,
it's like what?
yeah, if you don't like the weather, wait a minute.
No, it's like, but everyone pushed through, and I'm grateful for everyone who showed up that day because everyone pushed through, and it came out great. It was cold, but it was well worth it. It was well worth the shoot.
Absolutely. And speaking of the Red Huntress herself, hey, Sammy.
Sammy, hello.
Thanks for hopping on, sweetie. I'm so glad you're here. Yeah, so before we get into the Red Huntress and what that's about, I want to know more about you. Like, are
What
you
about me?
originally from the Chicago area? Did you move there?
So I am originally, yes, I'm from Chicago. So
Chicago. I figured it was
yes,
big enough I wasn't like giving it
sweet
away.
home Chicago. Um, known for Home Alone and well, I wouldn't consider that Chicago, but it's I guess you can say it's a Chicago film. So everyone's like, "Oh, I'm from Evanston or something." It's like, and they say that's from Chicago. I said, "No, that's not Chicago. That's Evanston. You're in the
Isn't that
suburbs."
Indiana? Or is
Huh?
that in is Evanston,
So
Illinois?
Evanston, Illinois. Yeah. So it's like literally
Okay.
right. It's north of downtown. So
Okay.
like, yeah. So it's Chicago-ish that I would say, but a lot of people are like, "Yeah, I'm filming in Chicago," and they're like filming in some sort of suburb. You know what I mean? Like, I mean, I do it sometimes, but I'm so used to saying Chicago because it's the biggest city, right? It's like you're filming technically in the biggest city, or the next big city next to you. So yeah.
Right.
So, oh, where do I start? I think I started filmmaking. Of course, I started filmmaking with my buddies way before when I was younger, and we would just make stupid YouTube videos. And he kind of got me into filmmaking. It was fun. Every week we would go out and we do something stupid. We'll film something funny, stupid, and eventually we all kind of grew up, and filmmaking, like it got to the point where people are like, you need to get a real job. Yeah, like you can't film, you can't do this forever. And I just got into that, and I just enjoyed it. And I went on and I started doing more film, and I started filming sports and stuff like that. And then I really got into the editing aspect of it. And I just love making VFX. And for a little bit of time, I took a break from filming. And then after schooling, I came back into it, and I decided I want to get back into filmmaking. And I did a show or a series called, actually, no, I'm sorry. Yeah, it's a series called Fate Forthcoming, and that was a sci-fi horror, or sorry, sci-fi fantasy action series. And I did that like back in 2015, 2016, and it was probably one of the most difficult experience I had to go with. And it's nothing anything bad. It's just, when you really are jumping into the indie world of filmmaking, you have to learn how to be organized. You have to learn how to get everything together. Of course, the biggest part is getting um the hardest part is, I'm trying to think how I can say it. Um, the hardest part is like budgeting with your money, because when I filmed that, everything was just out of pocket. And I just kind of, I guess, with filmmaking and indie filmmaking is you take what you can and you throw it at the wall and hope something sticks. So, I've been doing that for almost like 8 years. And, I just came up with the idea, you know what, I'm going to do the Red Huntress. Let's do something like that, something new. I never really tampered into horror films, and I decided to do, because I'm not really a big fan of horror because I get scared of it. I'm not gonna lie. Well, I'm not a big fan of it, and so I'm like, oh, okay, but I do love watching it. I just don't like it. So I was like, wow, let's do something that you don't like to do,
Well,
because
that's how the challenge is when you take
yeah,
on something new.
you take
And I don't want to cut you off, but
no,
I'm
no, no.
laughing about, okay, first of all, I want to say hi to a couple people in the comments
Go ahead.
section because Johnny's here. Hey, buddy.
Johnny, how's it going?
Johnny is awesome. And of course, Kenzie's here. She said at least it was still in the positives about the weather over the
Yes,
weekend. So
the
that is,
positives. It's
that
cold
is,
right now.
yep. And Sammy says that Mac called her out for calling all of it Chicago. So,
Yes, yes.
and that Mac also, or Kenzie, however you want me to call you in the comments, I'm sorry. It took a lot of nights off watching scary movies. So that's
Ye-
awesome. But the thing that made me laugh was that you said when you were younger, you and your friends made YouTube videos
Yeah.
because I'm old. So my brothers and I used to make videos with my dad's VCR, that it was the actual VCR you used to strap around and carry
Mhm.
with this camera that looked like it was from Action News. And that's
Yeah.
how we made a movie. So I'm
Uh, I
impressed
was
that
I was using
you
a
did it
Razor
on
flip
YouTube.
phone.
See, that is so hashtag schmancy,
Yeah.
everyone. Like,
That's a Razor flip phone we were using back in the day. It was so easy, and then they had the button back then where you hit it and it would like directly upload it to YouTube. Like they even made it where you can record and pause it, and then you would do your scenes and switch it and redo it from and click play. And if you messed up, it would like, what the heck, guys? It's like kind of like how TikTok, you can pause it and then redo it. And it's just it's, but I seen how big some of them are. They're like the VHS and stuff. So that's
yes.
kind of funny.
They were huge. And my friend Severian's checking in. He said, me and my friends made a movie about Magellan for school on one of those massive multi-piece video
Oh
cameras.
gosh.
So funny
Oh
piece of trivia
gosh.
too, for anyone who has read my book. Shameless plug, shameless plug. Here, let's make it a real shameless plug. You can get my book by going to my link tree. But my dad's a minister, and he and his friends actually made a horror movie
Okay.
back in the 70s. And they made it in a cemetery, and my mom freaked out because they were using a real axe and swinging it around at each other.
Oh. Ooh.
So sometimes you need to learn how to safely create your own projects as well.
Yes. Yes. very much safety. Well, when you're younger and a kid, you don't really think of that. You just, hey guys, let's do it. I'm gonna hit you in the head with a pillow,
Did
and
you
like
ever have
you.
any horror stories from filming?
Yes, actually. So we did what was that? So back then I used to love watching anime, and anime was great. I loved it. Still love watching anime now. And we would like to I used to grow up watching Naruto. And oh my gosh, like we would have like Naruto fights that we would pretend that we did, and it was we it was in the snow and we Naruto ran. I don't know if you know what that is, but when
I
people
am
run
not
with their
familiar.
headbang and they're just running, like so their hands are like behind them and they lean forward and they sprint.
Okay.
Um, and that's what they call the Naruto run. And I was Naruto running up the hill because we were recording King of the Hill, not like the actual
Not
show
like
King of the
the
Hill. No,
right.
but like King of the Hill where we started fighting. Who can
The
hold the hill
game,
as
King of the Hill,
yeah,
yeah.
who can hold the hill as long as they can. And our I Naruto ran up the hill, and my buddy like did a wind up in something, and then he just went ahead and straight clocked me in the face on accident because he's like, all right man, you're gonna run up the hill and then I'm gonna throw this punch and I'm gonna hit you with this, so make sure you duck. But I didn't see, I was just so into the running up the hill because I got so into it, and I did duck, and the last thing I saw was good night, boom, and just got like straight knocked out, and I broke my nose.
Oh
I
no.
fell down the hill, and my friend said that was the best anime punch he's ever seen. Because usually when they hit them hard enough, they roll on the ground, like cause a big crater, and they get up. He's like, now that's what I call a hit,
Oh my
like
god.
like. But I didn't get up because I was in pain. I was
You
like,
were busted. You got
I
your
was
nose.
busted and it was bleeding, and I'm sitting here like in the snow, like it was like I don't know, like 30 degrees. I don't remember. It was when we had all of our like super uh what is that? Like all the back in the day when you went outside there, the snow pants were huge,
Oh
where you
yeah,
had
you'd
to
have the
put the
snow
over.
pants and the puffy jacket and
Yeah,
the
and it was
red
so
bags under your boots.
yeah, and you're walking like, like a spacesuit and stuff like that. So, and did I get it on camera? I probably did, but I don't know whatever happened. It's probably somewhere disposed in a recycled from the from the Nokia or destroyed because I don't know, like I don't know what happened to it, but it was just fun videos that we did, and we went back, you always go back into it, and it's always fun. It would be great to go back and watch those videos, like as a kid, just doing stupid stuff because it's cool. It's like kind of like where you started. Like
Absolutely, and it's
what?
cool having that documented.
Yeah, I mean, if I look at the quality back then versus now, it's like, oh gosh, it's terrible, but it's still awesome because I just love it. I just love it, and it's like it's where you start. You do stupid films with your friends, comedy, whether you're sitting there or pretending to be this, get your fake mustaches and wigs, and you say you're this person. Good old knights. What's it called? Swords and knights or cops and robbers. When you would record it, and you would grab like the old school trash can.
Oh yeah,
Like
to be
the
your
hand.
sword, like the lid on your
Yeah, like
trash
as your
can.
like shield, or you use the satellite dish that you found somewhere to protect you.
Well, that's
So
the thing. Talk about not having a budget, right?
no, you just grab what you have, and when you do filmmaking, like indie filmmaking, you just kind of get what you can, and that's the best part about it. It's you grab what you can and use it for fun because it's like sports, right? When you start off doing sports, when you're like I don't know seventh grade, like I wouldn't even say seventh grade. When you're like in fourth grade, fifth grade, when you're playing sports at that, it's fun. It's about fun and games and all that other good stuff. But then when you start getting older, it starts becoming like a job. If you get what I'm saying. So it's not about having fun, it's about winning, and you need to win and you need to get that. And that's, I think, what kind of throws a lot of things off, because it's turning into a job. And I think in the filmmaking world, we all forget sometimes, in the independent filmmaking world, we're doing this for fun. Even though we have a goal to reach, we all have to remember that this is a hobby, And it's okay to get stressed about it, but at the end of the day, we're having fun here. And
Absolutely.
same thing with your job. People go to their jobs, they don't care how much, if they can be making like $12 an hour, as long as they enjoy their job, they're going to stick it out. So
Absolutely. Well, I wanted to say a couple highs to the people.
sure.
The comments are blowing up. I am loving this. So, Kyler checked in. He said, "Hey, beautiful people," and then he said that your story reminded him of when he ran down a hill and ran into a thorn bush.
Oh,
So,
ooh.
Kyler, did you get that on camera though? Is my
Yeah, did you get
question.
that on camera? Like, something
And
on a
we, we have Ronnie saying hi. Hey, good to see you in here too. That is
Ronnie.
awesome. And we have Rebecca checking in. Hey, sweetie, I'm so glad you're here. She says hi, y'all. So I just wanted to say hey to the people in the comments too. And and Cody's here
Hello,
too. Hey, Cody.
everyone. Hello, hello. Sorry, I'm looking down. I just had to reshare to my
Oh no, it's
page. So
fine.
if you saw me looking down, I was just looking at that. But hello, everyone. I'm glad you can come out this evening.
Yes, I want to
So
make sure that I'm sharing as well because I'm pretty sure I am. But now you made me second guess myself. So
better to be safe than sorry. Just reshare it.
absolutely. But yeah, so what was your favorite starting out movie that you made like with your friends before you when you were still playing sports the fun way, not learning the technicalities and concentrating on those
Well,
things?
uh, well, I think we just made stupid videos. I mean, that's what it is. Like really comedy, stupid videos, like shorts. And I think one that we did was KVK, and I filmed that in high school with my buddy. And it was the first time, I guess you could say, I was lingering into the technical aspect.
Okay.
And it was the very first time I was like, hey, I want to really, try out VFX. I got inspired because I'm a big Star Wars fan. I'm a nerd to that. So I get inspired a lot by George Lucas films. I love his films. I love Star Wars series. I'm a nerd for it. I will sit there and quote Star Wars all day, and I can watch it Monday through Friday, 9 to 5, and overtime. Except for the newer ones, I hate those. But
Right.
1 through 6, I'm okay with the originals. But
I just watched
um
Skeleton Crew before we hopped on here.
oh my gosh, I have to still watch that. I haven't got into that. It looks so good because it's like the 80s feel, the 70s 80s feel
People
from
are
it.
calling it Goonies in space, and that is
Yeah,
accurate. That is an
yeah,
accurate
it
description.
looks so cool. So we filmed the lightsaber duel, and it was the first time I did it. And let me tell you, I was working on the effects. And I used After Effects, which is a program I use now, but of course back then the program wasn't as, you needed like a better computer to run it. You know what I mean? Because I never thought of, oh, I need a high powered computer to run the software, to run all this, and your RAM and all this. I didn't know that. I just did it. So I was sitting there click by click, frame by frame, which is called rotoscoping, and I
Right.
was sitting there just making every movement, little movement, like highlighting what color they're gonna do and all that other stuff. And I look back at them like, this is so stupid. But also at the same time, I'm like, you know what? I learned a lot from that month of trying to put that whole thing together. It was only like, I don't know, a 4 minute fight scene, I think. It wasn't long. And it was just the very first time I did it. And when people were like, wow, that was really cool, like, for the first time without any experience, it kind of motivated me. I'm like, yeah, I really want to get into doing more VFX. It looks cool. So, but of course, at the end of it, everyone starts to, you know, they go their different ways. Everyone does their different career path and stuff. So, yeah, I just kind of went from there, and I started doing short videos. And I was known as the trailer guy for a little bit. And the trailer guy is the person who just has all these stories, but I can never find enough people to film a whole like series or a movie or a short. So I just made trailers because it was just
Oh,
enough to do trailers. And you
I
make
didn't
this
know if it was
really cool.
like out in the trailer or like
No,
making a
no.
trailer.
No, you just make a trailer, And then everyone's like, "Oh, sorry, bro, I'm really busy. I can't help you on this." And it's understandable because you just get people to come in there just to have fun. This is all for fun, you know. So I was known for the trailer guy for a little bit because I would just make trailers and never do a full film or a short film. And that's when I really started pushing to get into the independent filming world, where I met actors and people who are doing this for either full-time or part-time job, or you know, they're just doing it for a hobby. You know, of course you're going to work for free before you get somewhere. So I was looking for those, and that's when I ran into Faith Forthcoming. And like I said, I met an amazing cast over there and amazing people. You know, and everyone's doing their own thing now, but you just got to start from somewhere. And that's where I would say would start. Was my first video was a Star Wars video. So
I love
um
that because
it's
I
great.
vividly remember, and again, like a lot of my making video stories are me and my brothers growing up, and we were at our godparents in Kentucky. And there's a it's somewhere, it's a Super 8 film, and we were going up the sliding board and we're looking at each other and going, pew, pew. And afterwards, we went back with a pin
Uh-huh.
on the film and made it look like we were shooting lasers. Like we had
Yeah.
to go frame by frame with a pin
Yes,
and
yes.
scratch.
It
So
was
there was that. And I did music videos all the time. I was TikTok before, like 30 years before TikTok. I was making videos. And then my brother made a series called The Mutant Mr. Potato Head when he
Oh,
was in middle school.
okay.
And Mr. Potato Head would murder people and leave an anchovy on their face as like a
Oh,
calling card. I,
wow. Wow.
there, it was a whole movie. It was very impressive for the time.
But see, that's what I'm saying. It's like you gotta learn. You gotta start somewhere. Whether you start back in the day with editing or doing it now, you know, like you know, it's just having that drive to do it. That's I think the key thing. So,
Matt killed it
uh,
on Musically.
musically,
My kids were very into Musically, so I respect that. That's
oh,
awesome. And just a real quick, Kyler wanted you to know that he loves the show. So
thank
I
you,
wanted to make
Stall.
sure that did not get
Thank you.
lost in the
No,
comments.
you're good. Thank you so much. So,
Yes. So this is cool because meeting people, like you said, that cast, and then
mhm.
meeting the people that they know. That's kind of how this industry grows is
Yep.
people get introduced. And I like to my thing I always say is that when the tide comes in, all ships rise. So that's
Yes.
why I love shouting out other people. I love sharing
Yes.
what they're doing because when you're authentically happy for other people, that comes back to you. So you
Yeah.
got to meet all of these people, and like you said, they're off doing other things now, but they introduce you to other people, and it just, absolutely is a wonderful thing that everybody has each other's back.
Absolutely. I always say collaboration is on the top and competition's at the bottom. So anyone listening, remember that. You know, it's not about competing. Yeah, you can have friendly competitions who can make the best one, but it should never be out of jealousy or anything like that. It should be out of, you know, making somebody better. But, you know, collab, because that's the biggest important thing. Because you know, how can you grow if you don't learn from somebody else?
You
So,
have to be teachable, and you have to be like, show up and
yeah,
give your best is the
yep,
best thing. I'm
100.
laughing. I'm laughing at my friend Johnny's comment. He said one of my favorite early filmmaking memories is when a shirt shattered from this corn syrup blood drying on it after a shoot.
Shattered,
That's
shattered.
yeah. So I guess it was so stiff that when it hit the ground, it just I don't know.
Okay, that makes sense. I'm like, I don't know if my science is right. I didn't do too good in science in school. I'm
Well,
like,
speaking of blood and corn syrup, I want to announce that yesterday was the first day I cleaned my right ear with a Q-tip, and bread did not come out of it still.
hey, there you
Yeah.
go. There you go. That's medically good, I
That's
guess.
probably healthy for me to not still have
Yes.
fake blood in my ear. But
Yes.
it's all good. It's souvenirs,
There you go. There you go. Souvenirs. All souvenir. So,
Oh, look who's speak of the devil.
oh, Hilario, how are you doing?
Mario, so glad to have you hopping in. I was just talking
Yes.
about fake blood, and we're talking about effects, and we must have conjured you up. So
Yes.
glad you're joining us today. This is
Boom.
awesome. Cool. So since we are talking all things Red Huntress tonight, I want to. Do you want me to roll the film now, or do you want to?
Yeah, roll it up. They don't. Which one is this? Is this the
It's
uh
the one you sent me.
oh the Indiegogo?
You want to? How about we save that for later?
Yeah, that would be cool. Whatever
But
you
what
want to
I
show.
can do is I can do the since you're the king of the trailers,
King of the trailers. Oh my
I
goodness.
can
Oh my goodness.
I can that's what you I didn't say it, you
I'm
said
the king of the trailers.
it. Was that king of wishful thinking?
It is. It
Oh
is.
my gosh. That
I
just
don't need nobody to film just
was that
because
for
I
Pretty
can
Woman?
do it.
I think that's Pretty Woman, right? The Pretty Woman soundtrack?
I think so.
Because it
And
was
I don't
funny. I
need
keep
my
making
crew or my
Barbizon jokes.
cast. I can do it myself.
There you go.
I'm very good at that for some odd reason, just throwing a parody out together. Like,
And you like bring up these songs that like a cell in the back of my brain is like, oh, I've been sleeping for 30 years and I'm awake now. Like it just ding.
listen, I love listening to like older music like that. I don't know, just when you're editing and you sit down, um, when you're editing and like anybody will tell you who sits on a computer editing or when you're like doing building a prop or something, doing a project, the music you listen to is very important because it will either make you go crazy or you're gonna be chilling through it. And I always have like the weird like like 80s music I have in the background or sometimes disco going on. I just got into Lionel Richie for some odd reason. I have him on my playlist. And
Hello.
hello,
Is it me
it's
you're looking for?
me.
Me and my friend used to sing it off key on purpose in college, so I can hear
Oh,
her in my head going, "Hello."
hello. Doesn't
That's
Adele
so
say
funny.
that too? I
Well,
think
she
she's like,
has a hello.
hello.
It's
Yeah, it's a different one.
me.
It's me.
Yeah,
Yeah. So,
that's so
so
funny.
yeah. I mean, right now I've been listening to this thing called Memory Reboot, and it's from the Blade Runner 2024. Oh my gosh, it's so amazing. It's just there's no singing. It's just straight, straight up instrumentals, and it's just very just. It's like relaxed, upbeat music,
So
where
it's
it
like
just
modern
keeps.
day pure moods.
Yeah, and it just kind of gets you like kind of like I have my light strips and stuff like that, and I like have to keep myself in a certain zone when I edit where I can just sit there and not like go out of focus and do anything. I just edit and I just play that. And sometimes you can be listening to the same song for 3 hours back to back, and it doesn't even bother me.
See, I
So
have to sing a lot. Like I'm lyrical. I can't do the
oh no, I
instrumentals. I
understand.
have
Like
to.
I listen to J-pop, and it's funny because I listen to J-pop. I don't know what they're saying because I watch anime and I just wait for subtitles. But sometimes you're singing like J-pop, and it's like someone will listen. It's like you're not even. What are you saying? It's not even English. I said no, it's Japanese. So, but it's
As
so
long as you fake it
catchy.
till you make it, you know,
Yes,
it's like
or ABBA. I love listening to
I was.
ABBA
It's
or
so funny
ABBA.
when you said
Yeah.
that. I was gonna say you got to listen to ABBA.
Don't
Johnny's
go
clarifying that the
wasting
shirt.
your emotion.
All right, you pulled out a different one, and it wasn't
That,
Dancing Queen. I'm impressed.
no, I mean Dancing Queen is one, but I mean, who doesn't like that one? Mamma Mia, I think that was where that one
Mamma
came from.
Mia,
Yeah,
here we
here
go
I go
again.
again.
There's that one.
My
There's
my.
Waterloo.
I haven't heard Waterloo. I haven't heard that one yet.
Waterloo.
Okay, yeah. Then I heard it. Yeah, okay. Sometimes like the title doesn't go like, the title doesn't go with the song, and you're like, what? It's like the Christmas song we were just by oh we you just said when we got in the car, and the Christmas song by Wham.
Oh, Last
Um,
Christmas.
yeah, last Chris. I'm like, how did you know that? It just popped on. And I'm like,
I'm
of
psychic
course.
like that.
I
So
love
look
ABBA.
out.
Yes.
Look out. Yes. It's ABBA because it's the same frontways and backwards, so you can say it.
Yes, it's
Yeah.
so good. ABBA's great. I love ABBA.
They are, and
Um,
I actually mentioned them in the book. I'm just going to keep
do you?
shamelessly plugging my book, but there is an actual ABBA story in here. So
Oh,
you never
Celine.
know.
Okay, Celine Dion. I listen to a lot. Like I love Celine Dion. Like,
Max calling me a witch. I love it. Oh wait, is that it has a song about about
Three
threesomes, two
sums,
for the
two
price
for the
of
price
one.
of one. Oh wow, of course.
I don't
Okay.
know that one, but I was thinking of Take a Chance on Me because I went and sang karaoke at my friend's house and she and
Uh-huh.
her other friend sang it. And then my one friend just sat there going, take a chance, take a chance, take a chance, through the whole song. I'm like, how did you not trip up?
So that Celine Dion, I love Nickelback. Like we were just sitting in the car talking about it. Like Nickelback is really good.
You should have
Daughtry, I
gone and
love it.
listened to the Nickelback tribute band with me and Hilario
Yeah, see, I wanted to
when we went
listen
out
to
to
that.
dinner.
Nickelback, Daughtry. I just got into the song by Luke Combs called Fast Cars, and I really like that song.
Oh, the
Um
Tracy Chapman
Yes, yes, that's a
song. That's a
really good
remake.
song. I just got into that. I know it's a little bit older. It's not old, but it's not new, and I love that song. It's
The
becoming very
only
catchy.
the only Celine Dion song that I like is shit. I can't think of the name of it. She's in the castle. It's
Is it Everything's Coming Back to? No, I don't know. If that's
yeah, it's all
it.
coming back to me now.
Yeah, it's
And
all
I
coming
like
back.
it.
Yeah, there you go.
It's all coming back. It's
Back
all coming
coming
back to
back to
me
me
now.
now.
Because John Steinman wrote Jim Simon. Jim Simon. Oh,
Jim. I think it's
I'm
Jim.
like, I said the wrong name because he wrote all of Meatloaf's music
Yeah.
and
Yep.
he wrote that song. And you can tell because it's like the same video as Anything for Love by Meatloaf and as Total Eclipse of the Heart by Bonnie
You know
Tyler, which
what?
he
Yeah.
also wrote.
Okay.
Same video, same type of song. That's why I like it.
Yep, yep. That's crazy. Yeah, I mean, it's that same vibe like that you get that keeps the audience like, wow, I got that feel for this. So
So
I
Dee
did a
Snider recorded a Christmas. She recorded a Christmas song he wrote. So Dee calls the house he and his wife live in the house that Celine built because he got the royalties for her song.
oh, okay, okay.
I love that. I love Dee Snider. He's a good human.
So yeah, and then I have my rock version where it's MCR. I love MCR.
I'm wearing an
There
MCR
you
shirt.
go.
I'm like, wait, I'm
Um,
actually wearing MCR.
and Five Finger Death Punch. I listened to them,
Yes.
and Breaking Benjamin. I love those bands. People are like, why are you listening? I said, because it actually has meaning to the song. Like, I mean,
We
I
were
love
talking
it.
about Breaking Benjamin. They're so good.
Yes, yes.
That's
Let's see.
awesome. Max says, any Act 7 fans?
Never heard of
Or is
X
that
Seven.
8 times 7?
So it said Five Finger Death Punch. Let's go. I never heard of
Yeah.
A. I never heard of A's X7. I, I
Mm-mm.
I never heard of that, Mac. I never heard of that one.
I
You're
am
gonna have to
not
tell me some of that.
familiar.
Yeah.
So, interesting.
Funny thing, when I write stories and scripts, I listen to music depending on the scene. It's a really weird thing when I write stories. So, like, I was listening to Battleborn when I was writing the part. Oh, Avenged Sevenfold,
Oh,
of
oh,
course.
I've never seen that.
Yeah, I
That
never heard of that AX7. I never seen that one.
See, we're learning. This is what I love about my show. I learn something new every week. It's
Yeah.
awesome.
Yeah, I listened
Uh,
to Battleborn for the fight scene between Sammy and the Goblin, and then just the concept. I don't know. You just kind of get a song. I don't know. People just listen to a song and they run something through their head, and it's like a story or a vision that runs through their head of what they feel like that song is about, and you're like, oh, this can work with that. So
well, the guy that wrote Young Guns said he listened to Wanted Dead or Alive by Bon Jovi the whole time he wrote that movie, and that's how John Bon Jovi got to write the soundtrack for
yeah,
Young Guns 2 and be in it was because of that. So it really does make the tone of the movie, you know
yeah,
what?
yeah,
So
and it
so that
gives you that
makes sense.
rhythm.
So if you're
So
writing the next episode of the Red Huntress and you're listening to ABBA, God only knows what those goblins
oh
are going to be doing.
gosh. I'm not listening to ABBA, but I'll edit with ABBA, but I'm not listening to ABBA. I can listen to like Nickelback, like Saving Me. I love
I love that song.
Saving Me. I like that. If I'm writing a sad scene or like something, I would listen to that. It's like,
Yes.
okay, emotional scene, time to change up the music.
Nickelback was definitely Sid songs like when I used to work. So I did a lot of Nickelback.
Nickelback. I love I'd Come For You. Oh my gosh, it's so good. So good.
That is awesome. But yeah, mine was more like animals. you know, cut time and place. So it had to be.
Speaking about Animal, there's a song. Who sang Animal? Animal I Become. Oh,
That's 3 Days Grace.
3 Days Grace. They're
It was
good too.
also on my.
They're very good too.
Well, I'm
I
sorry. My
think.
daughters are blowing up my text messages. That's why I keep looking
Oh,
down.
you're
I'm not
good.
being rude. I promise.
Skull
Uh,
Maggot 99 said. I don't know if I can click that. Um. By the way, I have a question about the show. Are we
I
gonna?
saw that.
Oh,
I
there.
didn't know if you wanted to answer it now or later. So I'm
No, I can
looking at
answer
it.
that. That's fine. If
Cool.
anyone has questions about the show, go feel free and ask. I just won't tell any secrets of what's going to happen in the show. Um, I have a question about the show. Are we going to get a lot more more lore about monsters? What you mean by lore? Like, I guess like
Like their backstories, I would
like
guess,
is it the
right?
backstory of the monsters? Is that what you're asking about, or are you just asking like what? Or because I think lore means like more backstory. Like I think. So there are some backstories about some monsters, but we want to really focus on character, and the monsters are just going to be there to kind of like get in the way of that character. So I think there's only a few monsters with a backstory to them, because each of them, all the monsters that we have used to be people, and then they got they had a curse pressed onto them, which caused them to turn. So, yeah, we're gonna have some backstory on some of the monsters that we have there, but it's not gonna be like our main focal point um, with with the story. So depending on the monster, it might have more backstory if it's important for the role. But for most part, the monster are going to come out and it's like, oh, where did they come from? And this is our next problem we have to deal with. So, but yeah, you can expect that for episode 3, which I'm very excited about, and I'll talk about that later on. And especially episode 3 because that really is a very good one. Episode 3, I would say episode 1 is more of setting the scene. Episode 2 is kind of digging in a little bit into the story, and it's going to be really cool because we're going to talk more about the Wello family in episode 2 and their backstory. And then episode 3 is going to be very scary. It's going to be focused on demons and paranormal. So that's what, and gargoyles. So it all takes place into one area. So the third episode is really going to get into more paranormal horror. So
That's
we're going to be
badass.
doing a lot of cool things. Like I said, the Red Huntress, we want to kind of keep it all around and try to touch different parts of horror, from slasher to paranormal to I guess slasher and paranormal are the two things of horror if you if you break it down into two. So yes, gargoyle. So that's gonna be cool. Our good friend Mary Kate, she would be playing as our gargoyle, and you can go support her on the Indiegogo that we have going on. And so yeah, we're building this whole costume for we're building this whole costume for the gargoyle, and it's like you're trying to get this looking good, so you start earlier before you finish filming episode 2. So I'm excited for the gargoyles. It's gonna be a really cool story. We're really trying to raise funds for this one because for episode 3 it will be taking place in an abandoned church. So it's going to be very, very scary and dark. So I found a really cool church that's letting us film. Well, it's a venue now, but it has the church vibes to it, and we're gonna make it really scary. I really want it to be as scary as The Nun, as the movie The Nun. So that's
Oh,
my vibe.
okay.
The vibes I'm going for episode 3 is very much The Nun. So, but add fantasy into it. So,
That
someone
is
said
awesome.
sci-fi, Luna Project sci-fi. So I
Oh,
wouldn't.
Luna Projects. Hey, I'm just saying hi. I didn't realize she was. I'm over here getting the direct link to the Indiegogo because I have it
Oh,
on my link tree, but I wanted to put up the link
oh yeah, you're good. You're
directly.
good.
So
So for the Luna Project sci-fi, we're not. I wouldn't consider the Red Huntress sci-fi because it doesn't take place in the future. I could go that way, but I'm trying to keep it in the fantasy era for it. So I'm trying to stay away from sci-fi, but it's more fantasy thriller horror action is what I'm pushing for it. But yes, episode 3, like I said, I'm gonna be straightforward. They want $2,000 to rent out for that weekend to use that place, and I would love to use it. It'll be great, but we gotta raise the funds. So if you guys can help out, get that. I'm gonna be putting out some new perks. Even if you don't like the perks that are up on there, you can always hit the contribution tab. I believe that contribution goes I think that goes into the project without getting a tab, so without getting a perk. But we'll be putting out some new perks soon, and stuff like that.
And of
Yeah,
course, I would love if you bought my perk. So.
yes, buy Sydnee's perk. Go get her so she can come out. It
Yes,
helps her.
please.
That's how she
It
came
was
out.
humongous. And thank you to the 4
Yes,
people that bought my perk for episode 2. I would not have been able to do it without you guys. Thank you.
yeah,
Um, yeah, so Kyler says, thank you for answering my question. I've been watching a lot of Supernatural while I wait for the next episode.
yes. I'm going to try pushing out the next episode before Christmas. So give me luck on that. So, but we're doing good. I'm almost done finishing the first half. We're filming this weekend, and then hopefully we'll get everything done, all the main stuff done by this weekend, and then we just got minor things to do. Also, for people who have Indiegogo perks who got some, I know I'm a little bit backed up right now, but I'll be sending those out very soon. So, and also IMDb is going to be updated shortly. I know I've been having issues with it, but I will get that updated so everyone can get what they get the perk that they receive. So just give me a little bit of time, but I make sure I get everybody. so
Nice.
so
Me too, Kyler. Me too, sweetie. But you know what? You are so supportive and sharing, and that is awesome. Like,
that's
that is
that's
so huge to just
exactly.
share the posts and everything, and we
Sometimes
appreciate that.
it's not about the money when it comes to sharing. I know some people think, oh, it's money driven. It's not, because I have audience that you don't have, and you have audience that I don't have, and you never know if it always go by word of mouth, because if you know somebody who's selling something and you have no idea what it is, there's a less chance of you donating to it compared to someone saying, yeah, no, go put into that project, it's worth it. So definitely, sharing it, pushing it. I know it gets annoying, but I mean that does a lot. I'm telling you, that does so much. Like I said, we hit our 1,000 view or follower on our page, and I was so happy because earlier it was only we were at like 920, and I said, let's get to 1,000. I want to do something cool, and I want to release a snippet and like give a little like perk for it, and we got it within that like few hours. I was like, holy cow! So thank you to all who shared and reached out to people, and thank you all who donated, and for those who are going to donate, thank you. And get out.
Oh, watch
Damn, that
that.
hurt.
Yeah,
I'm getting like that.
be careful there. Wandering
Damn.
hand.
Woo, yeah, woo. Damn.
Ooh,
I don't know if I can curse on the podcast.
you can curse
I
on
mean,
this one, yeah.
I'm not like cursing bad, but damn, that hurt.
No, that's not even a curse.
I
Come on
know.
now.
I know. I
That's
can
like
get
a curse
worse.
on the Waltons. What are you?
Yeah, I can get worse, but I'm gonna keep it PG.
Yeah,
So
we try not to
uh,
go a little too cuckoo on this one, but
yeah,
an F bomb occasionally is not frowned upon.
not at all. I don't think so. I think if it's well deserved, then you can drop it.
That's the
So
thing. It has more of an impact when you save them for,
yeah, yeah, save him when to save. It just has to
right.
naturally come out. Like, yeah, it's perfect.
Hi,
And that's
Ace.
Ace. That was me hitting my leg. I know. Come
Yeah,
here, buddy.
Kyler, exactly. Say it like you mean it. Ace is about to get an F bomb.
Yeah, she is.
Oh my goodness. She
You're
just wants to be on
fine,
the
buddy.
podcast. That's
Come
all.
here. Come on.
No, buddy.
You're okay. You want pizza? Yeah.
That was one of my favorite parts of filming this weekend, and it had absolutely nothing to do with the series. Was those dogs in the park that I got to
Oh,
play with?
oh yeah, when they was one was just ready to run off. I was
Yeah,
just like, "Where
you
are
just
you
kept hearing
going,
Charlie, Charlie, get
Charlie?
back
Get
here,
over here,
Charlie.
Charlie."
That dog was so cute, and I was so glad that they let me pet her and Oliver the golden doodle.
Yes, they
I
were
don't
cute
remember
dogs.
people's names, but dogs' names I'll remember for the rest of my life.
Because people love dogs.
Absolutely.
People love dogs.
Well, for the
So,
people that have not yet seen the trailer, I did get that, so I'm going to
oh, okay, you're gonna watch a
hopefully,
trailer.
yeah,
Also, you can
hopefully I
watch
can
the
figure
full
this
ep. You
out.
can watch the full episode too on YouTube too. But we can, yeah, let's turn on the trailer. Let's see, for some people who haven't watched it.
Right, and everyone, please be
Um,
patient with me because I don't usually do the screen share, John. So
and
but
we have
we're
a nice, awesome surprise at the end of some VFX I did. If you haven't seen it, so I'm excited to show that to everyone with the new monsters. So if you're really
yes,
interested, yes, if you're interested in seeing what monsters we're going to be having, just stay tuned just in a little bit. So,
nice. You
um,
might have to send that to me again because I don't think
yeah,
that's
I can send
ever
it to you right
through.
now. Hang on, give me a
Okay,
second.
cool. Well, I will share the trailer while you're sending that to
Go
me. So
ahead, go ahead. Yeah,
we will be efficient with our time. So,
yes, there you go.
all right, we'll do this full screen. Is it coming through? Hooray! Okay, she can be
Quality
taught.
okay on it? Okay, it looks good.
You.
What happened?
It wasn't no wolf. It was about 8 feet tall, and it stood on its hind legs, and it was human-like, more like a wolf man.
I know this has been very traumatizing for the both of you, but I can guarantee you there is no such thing as a 6 foot or 8 foot wolf man.
Ever since the mysterious deaths of Mr. and Mrs. Steinberg, there have been all sorts of weird sightings in the woods. But what's up with their daughter, huh? I'm telling you, they weren't scientists. They must have been doing witchcraft or something. Alice has to die.
When the moon is at its brightest, we'll find this wolf man and kill it.
Arthur, I beg you. We must trust in the chief. I've seen evil things. That which you cannot fight with weapons. You must first find out what you're up against.
What was that?
It feels like it's been so long since I heard that.
I love it. I think it's fantastic.
So,
Love
and
it,
if
love
you
it.
guys
It
want
gives me
to,
chills. I
it
love it.
does. And if you guys want to watch it, I always tell people because I just realized like StreamYard can kind of make it look grainy, but I know I don't know why, but so on YouTube, I always tell people when you watch it on trailer, make sure you check your settings because I know YouTube now with like everyone having like a red camera or a black magic shooting in like 8K, it's going to like drop
The
YouTube like
quality.
yeah, so make sure you change your settings on your YouTube when you watch it. I think right now it's at 1080, but you can watch it in 4K
Oh,
because
cool.
yeah, we filmed it in 4K. So so when you watch on YouTube, I think that's why sometimes when it runs through like StreamYard or like Restream, it's so like funky.
I think it
It gets
compresses
glitchy.
it on
It
its way
compresses it
through.
even more because like 4K or something that's like so yeah. So
Yeah, it's still a badass to me. I loved it. I was
no.
like, wow. I've only watched it
So
like 50 times already. I'm like,
50 times. So you're a part of the group who got the numbers up.
yeah, absolutely.
Awesome.
All right. So Luna says, nice scream.
Yes.
That is
Yes.
a
Yes.
badass scream
Ooh,
for
excuse
sure.
me.
And Hilaria said, got my new shirt for the wardrobe.
Yes, yes. He's
So
gonna be
that's
on this weekend. That's very good. Very good, very
nice.
good.
good to come
So
prepared. And Lunar Project says we'll watch it out on our TV, so that's good.
yes, my goal is to try getting it on Tubi. So bear with me for a little bit. We're gonna see. We're gonna release episode 2, and then we're gonna try getting it up on there and stuff like that. So hopefully we can start reaching people worldwide for it. So it'll be pretty cool.
And one thing that will definitely help with that, guys, like watch it on YouTube, watch the whole first episode on YouTube, and also you can follow on Instagram and Facebook at the Red Huntress series. When they see the numbers are up, that means that people are interested. That's going to make them want to take it more. So
Yes,
please share,
yes,
share, share
yes.
all the things, and
And
you know,
subscribe to YouTube to the Movie Crew 17 because you'll get everything on there. So
nice.
do that, everyone, please. It'll be helpful.
Do the thing, do the thing.
Do
All
the
right, so
thing.
I need to get the. Oh, I see. Okay, maybe you did send me that, and I just.
No, you're good. You're good.
That's so loud. Holy moly! Sorry, guys.
No, you are good. You are good. I
Yeah,
have
so I'm just
the
trying to
YouTube
get
app
the
on
link.
smart TV. Yes, actually, I like watching it on the TV too sometimes. Actually, when I edit, sometimes I use my TV. I have to look at it on all different like devices, a TV, computer, laptop, iPad, phones, because when you edit it or when you put it on, like when you export things out, there you go. When you export things out from your editing software, you got to make sure it fits everything. So I watch it on everything. And I love TV much better. I guess just because my screen is bigger. I'm watching on
Yeah,
a bigger screen. So it's like, look at this. This is great.
and now the technology in the TVs, you can see something really crisp
Yeah,
and good.
yeah. Have
You
you
know,
seen those like UHD 4K TVs that are like at Best Buy that pop up and it's like, okay, there's something up with this. It's like pre-made video, like almost like 4D. So
yeah, it's really cool. And Luna says she has the YouTube app on the smart TV, so
yeah,
absolutely use that to watch it and get a better
yes. Yep.
quality thing.
I agree. I 100% agree.
So we have some really cool photos from this past weekend
Oh, this is gonna be
too.
awesome. I love this part. This is gonna be
I'm
great.
so excited because they're gorgeous. I mean, first of all,
Yes, Sammy
Sammy is
and
beautiful. Like she is just beautiful, and her hair just. Oh, I'm sure she's so tired of people talking about her hair, but it's so it just pops,
yes,
you know. And Ronnie
yes,
looks
yes.
badass.
Ronnie was just with we should have had him fight with his glasses on. Just like that would have been cool. But Ronnie looked cool. He did amazing. Both of them did amazing that weekend. Or this
Yep.
past weekend. That makes it better. How I
Doesn't
said
it seem
that.
like longer ago than like a couple days ago?
It seems like it's going by fast. So
Yeah.
that
And
was a cool one. I
the
like that one a
sunset in
lot.
the background is just so beautiful. Like
Yes.
that
Yes.
location was gorgeous.
It was just windy. That's all. The wind just got me with the cold, and I'm like, can't do that. But the jackets we had on were pretty warm. I'm not gonna lie.
Yeah.
So this was like a behind the scenes of my editing that I was doing. So all these shots that you're gonna see coming up next are gonna be all um, what's it called? All the shots that we're gonna be seeing are gonna be what it's gonna look like on camera or on the episode. So I know, I kn- how would I say it? I know when people watch the first episode, a lot of people are like, oh, are you gonna do fighting in the daytime and stuff? And when you're on a lower budget, of course, lighting is like really important. So you can't light everybody on those scenes. So
Right.
I decided to do it during a daytime sunset because the number one rule of filming is the best times to film is early morning when the sun's not at its highest, and also sundown. So we got a good cut towards sundown when we filmed this. So it was perfect. And Mac was the one who took those behind the scenes shots. So
We have one more behind the scene shot, and we have to show it because you just look badass there.
oh yes, my
So we
cover
have to
photo. I
share
love
that
it.
one.
I love
That
it.
one's
I love that. Mac
amazing.
did a good job in that picture.
Oh my gosh, she did a
So
fantastic. She's awesome.
yes.
I love her. So we have for fight.
Oh. So all
Look,
these are the new color grade for episode 2. and I really was practicing with different shots how to make the color feel more vibrant how to make the color more vibrant, how to make her hair like stick out more. So I definitely really worked hard on this one to give it that look. And I think since it's colder and the trees are not, the trees are dead and the plants are dead and it's brown, it really helps sell the effect for a lot of things and the look. So
Oh
yeah,
yeah.
I love this. It was great, and I went home and I clicked it. And I started playing around with it. I said, "Oh, I hope this preset works that I made," and I put it together, and it came out amazing. I loved it. I loved it.
I love it, and I
It
love the expression on her face too.
Yeah,
It's
it
just
doesn't even
so
look like
intense.
Sammy. I kid you not. When I look, I'm like, that's not Sammy. It doesn't look like Sammy. It's
It's
just so sharp and perfect. I'm like,
because it's Alice.
yeah, it's Alice, but it doesn't
That's
look
why.
like Sammy. You know,
Yep.
it just doesn't.
And
There's
this one,
Ronnie.
I love the latex. It
It
was
was
amazing. Watching it happen was even more special to me because I got to see the process, and it was really cool watching them become goblins. The three that are in this episode.
it was great. It was great.
I love
So
it. It's like they're just perfect.
it's great. It came out great, and we did it on the same day. Toilet paper and latex goes, and just a little bit of makeup came out perfect.
It was
So
perfect. And this, oh my god! Speaking of badass goblins, look
yes,
at that!
yes,
Look at that! Oh my god! The first time I saw this picture, I jumped. Like it's so intense. Her face is just like Erica looks so badass. Like it's just
yes.
again, you don't see her in there. She's this goblin. Like, and it's so badass. I love it.
It was great. I think, the style, and I was really looking. People will always tell you, "Oh, goblins look like this, goblins look like that," and it's like, well, you know what? This is my vision, so I'm gonna make it look like this. You know what I mean?
Yeah,
You don't have to follow what other people think or do. Be original. I mean, being original is the way it looks, and we never know what goblins truly look like. It's just what they were shown to us, and I think of goblins of short little green creatures running
right.
around. But I'm like, nah, I don't think that's scary enough. Let's make them look messed up and scary. So, you
It
know,
worked.
it
It
worked
absolutely
well.
worked.
It worked
Yes.
great.
And again, this we showed this at the beginning of the podcast, but it's a beautiful. I love this picture of you guys.
Just in
It's
the
so
zone.
cool. Yep. And again, just the colors and the contrast. So, all right. Should I show my favorite picture?
Yes. Okay, before you show it, we're going to give everyone a little warning. It is graphic. So, viewer discretion is advised. Okay, you can
Yes.
show it.
Okay. So this was my favorite picture, and when you see it, you'll know why. Ah!
Poor Sydney. Poor Sydney. Does
Oh,
she
it was
survive or does she
so
die? Who
fun.
knows?
Oh,
You
you have
gotta
to watch
wait
the
the episode
episode
to gotta watch the
to
episode to
see.
know. So
And you got
that
to watch
was
the episode to see who did that to me.
yes. And if you pay attention to the episode, there's an actual little trick on there that gets explained in episode 3 with the witch sisters. So you're gonna see some little
Ooh.
twist going on in there. So we'll see. We'll let you know what goes on. So um I love the revolvers. Yes, those are Navy cult revolvers. They're not real, of course, but I was able to get like prop ones that are plastic, but it fits the vibe for that time. So I think the hardest part about filming something that was made back in the late 1800s, early 1900s, is getting props and location to make things not look as modern. So I mean, and in Chicago, it's really hard to find that because everything is very modern here. Actually, it's more studios are more built for futuristic neon light settings. So, uh,
And I was
so yeah,
honestly very happily surprised with where we shot. Like, because again, I had never been to Chicago, at least those areas. I've been to Schaumburg, but that's, Chicago ish, as you said.
yeah,
And I just didn't know that there were those types of places just because I hadn't been. So it was really cool to see, the woods and the lakes and
Yeah.
all of that. So Severian says that's why you need to come out east for authentic historical sites and stuff. We've got plenty out
Well,
here.
hopefully we can hopefully we can raise enough funds to be able to do a scene out east and get everybody out there and film a cool scene. I know like in Texas they have like the old western uh buildings that you could use for props and stuff like that. Or yeah, western towns, and they look amazing. People rent them out for film sets and stuff, but I know it gets super expensive. So,
Right.
I guess the biggest challenge, and for me it's not hard, like as long as I have like I always think the hardest part is money, because making the set look the way you want is not hard. It's just, I guess, finding the location.
Right.
So, because I mean, I hate to say it, like, I mean, you can get an old garage and it will look almost exactly the same as a Western place because it's not too modern. It's just a basic 4x4. You know what I mean? Four walls. That's it. So,
Yep.
uh,
Luna's suggesting Ohio or Kentucky. And Max said I got to experience Maple Lake, it was really cool. That was
yeah,
awesome.
it's
And I
cool.
like Severian saying you could walk through the woods and come across the 300-year-old kiln. Yeah, we're right. We live in Pennsylvania near Philadelphia, so there's a lot of like
Is
the
that where the
birth of the
Philadelphia
nation
is?
history here.
Yeah. Do you have no? That's the New Jersey Devil Forest. Never mind.
Oh, that's the
Uh,
Pine Barrens. I was born and raised in Jersey, so I've
okay.
I've I've spent a lot of time in the Pine Barrens. I used to camp there a lot.
Yeah. Yeah, that place I heard's haunted.
It's very, yes.
So
Yes, the Leeds family had their 13th child, and the mother cursed it and said she wished it was a devil, and so it was born a devil and flew up the chimney and out, and
wow.
still haunts the Pine Barrens today,
No,
and is the hockey team.
and it's the
So,
hockey team. Okay, that makes sense.
but Kyler you have your own revolver made of metal? Is that the replica ones you were talking about? Because he said that he knows a company that makes replica at decent prices.
I got excuse me. I got mine off from Amazon. And it was not bad. It wasn't cheap. It wasn't expensive. I mean, like 20-30 bucks, I think. And I got it because it's just trying to get uh I'm just trying to get the look for it. I mean, I could have made my own mold casting of it, but sometimes the trial and error can get more expensive than just buying it. Um so if as long as and even donations, I'm really trying to push for getting sponsors where people can donate things to our production, and in return I'll sponsor their stuff on the page, because that's pretty cool. Sometimes it's not about the money. Like I said, it's could be sponsored. Hey, I got a bunch of old Western revolvers that you can use if you just say my name in here. I got no problem with that either, because it's still production value. So I think the next thing
Absolutely.
is getting horses, trying to get horses, which shouldn't be that hard. But
Well, we
to
should
be
have
able,
asked the people that went through on their horse.
I have to
Can
go
you borrow
talk to
your
them.
horse?
I got to go talk to the stables to see if we can film over there and rent out a few of their horses, because I think that would be really cool. So, but I don't know if I'll do it right now when it's cold. So,
Maybe
um,
might give you a bargain now.
yeah, they might be cheaper. I don't know. So,
Yeah, that was
yeah.
really cool too. Like we saw so much during filming that had nothing to do with filming the series. The horses going through, the dogs, Santa on the fire truck. Like you never know what you're gonna see.
No, you don't. You don't know what you're going to see on those trails.
And here comes Mac with Old Town Road. We were
Oh,
singing
God.
that over the weekend
Yeah,
too.
because they're like, I'm gonna take my horse to the old town road. I'm like, gosh, Hilario, why are you singing this?
That's
Like,
so funny. Mac just said, "Why was hilarious singing that all set?"
because he says we look like we're gonna film that music video. That's why he was singing that. I'm like, oh gosh.
That was so
So
funny. It was so
he
much
was
fun.
he was like, we're gonna film an Old Town Road music video right now. I'm like, oh gosh, Hilario, keep that quiet.
That would have been, we should have done a TikTok of that. That would have
A
gotten
TikTok.
eyes on the project.
It would have. There you go. Now he's laughing over here.
He's laughing at Max that we look like gay cowboys.
Oh gosh.
Nothing wrong with that, man. Lil
No,
Nas X
nothing
made
wrong.
$1 bazillion being a gay cowboy, so more
That
power
was
to
a good.
him.
Hey, that was an amazing music video. I love that.
And the
song.
fact that he got
Amazing
Billy
song.
Ray Cyrus, like it's just so weird, the mashups of people that do things together. Like right now, Pitbull and John Bon Jovi have a song. Like what?
Do they?
Yeah, don't even bother us. It's terrible. But
Oh.
it's just like, why would these people work together? But that's so fun.
Right. It's a good. I mean, I love Old Town Road. It's a good song. It's very catchy. I love it. It's great.
You'll be singing it the rest of the night now, and he'll learn.
Yeah,
how to
you know
laugh
what?
at
I will play it when I'm working out. It's a great song.
you. That's hysterical. It's better than some of Billy Ray's other stuff. You know, like of
I
course,
don't listen.
Achy Breaky Heart is a classic.
That's the only one I know of him. Everything else is like.
It should have been me standing here with you.
Never heard of that.
Yep. I have way too many songs stored in the old noggin, so I can come up with a song for anything.
Hilario's saying I'm wearing a pirate shirt, so we're gonna have him. He's gonna be Jack Sparrow. Have you heard that song Jack Sparrow by Lonely Island?
I love it. Now back to the good part. I have listened to that song a million times.
Today he was born, yearn for adventure.
Oh, Captain Jack. Showing
the
them what for.
He was the sorcerer of the source, the jester of Teltuga, though it's Davy Jones' locker. What lies in store?
Davy Jones, giant squid.
I said, Michael Bolton, we're really gonna need you to focus up. Roger
that.
Let me try with another film.
Life is a box of
chocolates.
We're gonna get copyrighted.
No, I'm not the sharpest tool in the shed. I give Jenny all my love. We got 30 seconds. Okay.
Hey, now I'm a legal lady. Aaron Barkovich is my name.
And you can call me Scarface, snorting mountains of cocaine.
Your cockroaches want to play rough? Okay, I'm reloaded. So Severian's laughing about, have we heard that song? When I found that and I sent that to him, we listened to it like nonstop for months.
It's such a good song. And okay, I'm not gonna lie, I do listen to Michael Bolton too. I love listening to Michael Bolton. His voice is amazing.
His voice is
it's like Josh Groban. They both need to come together for a song. Josh Groban and Michael Bolton need to get a song together, okay? Because those two will really kick ass.
I'm just laughing because there's a video of a guy in a church and he's dressed up like Jesus and he has a cross, but he's coming up the escalator. Have you seen this?
No, I haven't.
And they play "You Raise Me Up," and he gets to the top of the escalator and the cross goes right through the ceiling tiles.
Oh, ooh!
And the song just crashes to a halt. So every time I hear that song, I think of that.
Oh, but Josh Groban, Michael Bolton. Great. I'm not a fan of Michael Bublé or Bublé. What Bublé?
I don't really know any Michael Bublé stuff. I know he comes out at Christmas, but I don't really.
Yeah, I don't listen to him like that. But Michael Bolton and Josh Groban, I like listening to. Really good people, really good music.
Josh Groban has a version of "A Holy Night" that's very pretty. I like that.
His voice is really good. Like, I mean. He can sing.
He's done some funny things too. Like he has a good sense of humor too.
Does he?
Because there was that whole I'm fucking Ben Affleck thing. Do you remember that?
No, I don't.
It was after the writer's strike or during the writer's strike, so they could get all of these famous people in it, and it was Jimmy Kimmel. And Sarah Silverman, because they used to be together.
Right.
And then Sarah told him, I'm fucking, I think it was Ben Affleck. One of them did that, and then the other one did a like revenge video with Matt Damon. You know,
okay.
Oh yeah, well I'm fucking Matt Damon, and like I think Josh Groban was in that singing I'm fucking Matt Damon. You know, like in his voice.
What?
So, yeah. Just
did you see
random fact in my head.
It was Michael Bolton did oh my gosh, is it Honest Trailers or he made the Willy Wonka, he like wrote the Willy Wonka parody, and it was
so into Willy Wonka. It's almost borderline disturbing.
Listen. So I was talking to Sydnee on the phone, And all I heard, because we were getting her plane tickets together, and all I heard in the background was, "Who can make a sunrise? Sprinkle it with I'm sitting over here like, "Are you listening to Willy Wonka and the Chocolate?" She's like, "Yeah." And I have saw that movie so many times as a kid that I know cue points in that. So we would be sitting there, and I was like, "Is that jackass Grandpa Joe not doing a damn thing?" This is when he gets the ticket. And he's like, "Charlie, we did it, Charlie." And it's like, so your ass was
Keith is
laying in
telling me
bed,
what's on my TV because he
like,
can hear it. It was so funny.
and then he's like, your ass is laying in bed all this time complaining the floor is too damn cold, and you're over here. And then when Charlie comes home with a golden ticket, his ass is like, "Woo, I'm gonna get out of bed," and you know,
Okay,
gosh,
so I just had a thought because that movie illustrates the importance of letting people know what the value is of things because he didn't
yes,
see the value in getting out of bed until something was valuable to him. So that's why
yes.
we all need to share this project and show people the value in it so that they invest in us just like lazy ass Grandpa Joe did. We need to be their golden ticket.
You gotta. I. It's like, wrong, sir, wrong. You ruined what you drank. Fizzy listing drinks. I forgot what the whole thing was said, but I actually watched behind the scenes of that, and it was actually, I don't know if it was not scripted, but he actually had to yell. Like he purposely yelled at the actor who played as Charlie and Grandpa Joe. So their reaction is actually authentic, and
Oh,
Charlie was actually going to walk out the room because he was going to cry because he thought he was actually mad at him.
oh
And
my
then he
gosh.
turned back around and he's like, "Here," like he gave it, and they kept it, and it was like, "This is perfect." I'm like, "Holy cow!" Like, that's crazy.
Oh my
So
goodness. Well, I want to say goodnight to Kyla real quick. Thanks for hopping on with us and
thank
good
you
luck
for
with your
tuning us.
interviews. That
Yes,
is
yes, yes.
awesome. Yeah, and I was thinking of movies where they don't let the actors know what's going to happen. And one that I found out within the last year that I thought was really funny was A Christmas Story.
I never
The
seen that. I have not seen A Christmas Story. I was just talking to my coworker about that at work, and they're like, "Do you remember from a Christmas series when they put all the jackets on?" I'm like, "No, I never seen A Christmas Story. I haven't yet. I'll probably
I
watch it this week. I
okay,
have not."
my flabbers are gasted. So you need to see this movie. Like, how have you never seen this movie? Well,
I
then I
watched
will
Willy
tell
Wonka.
you need to trade a Willy Wonka showing for A Christmas Story. Okay, well then you won't get it, so I'll tell
Listen,
you
I
later.
watched Jingle All the Way with Arnold Schwarzenegger. I love that movie. It's
But you
trouble
didn't see A
time.
Christmas
I
Story because
never
you were
seen a Chris.
watching it.
I watch Home Alone during the holidays. Yes, like I watched Home Alone. Her reaction was ridiculous. She's like, "What?" I looked. I'm like, "Yeah, that's what my other coworker looked." And he's like, "What?"
Yeah,
Like that's
like
almost as bad as not watching Home Alone. I said, but I just never got into it. It's like, what's that one Christmas movie that a lot of people like? Oh my gosh, what's the one? I think it was in black and white. The Christmas tale.
oh,
Um,
yeah, it's not well. There's Miracle on 34th Street, but then there's also
no, it's a
some. It's a
Christmas.
Wonderful Life.
It's a Wonderful Life. I never seen that. Like, I
I've seen
actually,
it. I don't need to see it again.
I haven't even seen Miracle on 31st Fourth Street. I
Again,
seen
I've seen it, but I don't need to
Nightmare
watch
on
it
Elm
again.
Street, but I haven't seen Miracle on 34th Street.
Oh,
A
there you
Christmas
go.
Carol, yeah, I watch A Christmas Carol. I mean, there's one Christmas Carol that I like, and I think that's the one. I forgot what actor it was, but it's the good one. Jingle All the Way, yes, yes. It's
Do you like
so.
Scrooge? Is that the one that you like?
It's with Scrooge was with what's his name?
Bill Murray and
Bill Murray. I didn't watch that one. I watched the Christmas Carol, which was, I forgot the actor. It was, I think it was in black and white. Like not black and white, but kind of like in color, like faded color. I forgot who was the actor in it. I got that's gonna bother me. Hang on.
see, I'm picturing like Scrooge McDuck, and like when they did the animated one.
I seen the Disney version of that.
Yes. Let's see. So Severian says one of the most classic praised film masterpieces of all time. Your homework as a filmmaker is to go directly home and watch It's a Wonderful Life.
Yeah, no, that's not gonna happen. Um,
Oh, then Citizen Kane. Okay, I've never seen Citizen Kane, and I know
uh,
that's another classic one.
George Scott.
I
I
don't think
think
I've
that's
seen that
it.
one. But there's a newer movie with Ryan Reynolds in it that's kind of based on A Christmas Carol, and I loved it. Is it called Wrapped? If you guys know what I'm talking about, put it in the comments because I saw it last year, I think, for the first time, and I really enjoyed it. And I
Which
know
one
it's
is it called?
that's what I mean. I don't remember what the name of it is. It's got Ryan Reynolds in it, but Christmas Vacation is my favorite Christmas
I
movie
love Christmas.
ever, 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 ever. I will watch it 15 times this year.
Christmas Vacation is like the Naked Gun for me. I
Yes.
love the.
Elf is fantastic.
I
My
seen
daughter
part of
was
that. That's all
in
right.
the show, and her friend that played Buddy the Elf was amazing. So I
The
liked
one
that
I
a lot.
haven't seen is the Polar Express yet. I haven't watched that one yet.
I've watched
Uh,
it under duress.
okay.
It's the type of it's too real to be fake, too fake to be real. There's a word for it that
It
freaks me out. I hate that.
yeah. It's
I
like
can't.
Nightmare. It's like Nightmare Before Christmas. I can't watch that.
I
Because
love
it's
Nightmare
just
Before Christmas.
it's I don't like the clay animation, but I like it's weird. I don't like their clay animation, but I don't mind watching the clay animation that they show on when I guess it's called it was ABC Family back then. I think it's Freeform right now. But they had 25 Days of Christmas and they had like Little Drummer Boy or A Year Without a Santa Claus, like those claymations. I don't mind. I don't think that's clay. I think that's puppeteering.
Yeah, I was gonna say
But
because there's that. There's like my husband and older kid love that's what they watched all the time, and I really like. I'm like, I can take or leave those.
okay, the
And now when
Santa.
you watch like Rudolph and you know how much of a dick Santa is, like looking back, he's a dick.
Do you remember? Well, it's not. Do you remember? I loved watching the Santa Claus series with Tim Allen. I love those movies. Santa
I've
Claus
never
one,
seen
two.
those.
You never seen the Santa? Okay, see, you can't get mad at me because
That's
watching a
Tim
Christmas story.
Allen though. That's not
Santa,
a Christmas story. That's come
no, but
on.
Tim Allen. I grew up watching the Santa Claus. It came out, and I was like, this is amazing. Except for the Santa Claus 3, because I think it. You know when they get repetitive, and then
I was gonna
they
say they should have named it Santa Claus 3 beating a dead horse. Like they just
Yeah,
couldn't.
I mean, the only funny part was when Tim Allen was hit in the head with a shovel and he fell off the roof. Like, I mean, so
Matt
I
got
mean,
it. Spirited. That's the one with Ryan Reynolds that I was talking
all
about.
right. I get the Santa Claus is not a classic, but it's also I grew up watching too. It's like watching Dick Van Dyke films. I love watching his
Well,
films.
that's what Joseph Barry saying. It's nostalgic,
Yeah, it's
so that makes
nostalgic.
sense.
Yeah.
But
So like,
in the '80s, there was a claymation Christmas celebration. Have you ever seen that?
uh-uh.
It was like the California raisins, and there was like the Carol of the Bells, and it was a bunch of little bells that would like hit themselves in the head. It's really cute. I'm sure it's on the internet
I
somewhere.
have to see that. No, but like Chitty Chitty Bang Bang, I would call that classics for me. I don't know what else he was in. Mary Poppins, was he in Mary Poppins? I
Dick
think he
Van
was
Dyke
in.
was in Mary Poppins, absolutely.
Yeah, yeah. Okay, so he was in there. There was a lot of films. Flubber, yes, Flubber, Flubber. No, he wasn't in Flubber, was he? That was I forgot what Flubber was. Oh my gosh, it was he played as Genie in the original Aladdin. Why did I
Robin
forget his name?
Williams.
Robin Williams. Hook. Hook was really good. I love
Hook
Hook.
was good. That had Dustin Hoffman in it too.
Yes. Wasn't he Absent-Minded Professor? Uh,
I think Dick Van
yes.
Dyke was like the original absent-minded professor. Although the guy that had the telephone, Jerry Lewis, wasn't
Yes.
he also the
I
absent-minded
think he was
professor?
too. I think yeah. Yeah, Flubber. Yeah. Oh, it's a remake. Okay.
Oh, I didn't know
Yeah.
Flubber was a remake.
I didn't know that either. Oh. Because like, see, back then there wasn't a lot of remakes of films. It was all like original. Now they're coming with all these remakes, and it's like, dude, we already seen this like growing up. It's just built for like newer audiences.
Right.
So
And
I
that's
mean,
why like I've gotten into the indie movies is because they're original and they're creative and they're not the eighth remake of
but
something.
some of them are really over. Like, okay, you're pushing it. Okay, Winnie the Pooh, Blood and Honey. I saw that, or the mean one where it was the Grinch
It was
spinoff, and
the
I'm like,
Grinch.
oh
I
my
refuse to watch Winnie the Pooh, Blood and
god,
Honey because I have a Winnie the Pooh tattoo. That's how much
it
I
was
love Winnie the Pooh, and
so
the
bad.
disrespect. I can't get into the
I
disrespect.
you can't turn into that from. I'm not saying the film was bad itself. It was just, oh my gosh, I can't watch this because it's like I grew up watching Winnie the Pooh and now I'm watching him slaughter everybody else in there. It's like I can't.
Oops.
So he said Flubber was originally the Disney dad, Fred McMurray. Oh,
Oh, okay.
okay.
I've
So
never
that's something
even
new.
known there was an original Flubber, so that's
No, I
very
thought that was a
interesting.
Robin. I usually thought Robin Williams films were like original because it's just. I just thought most of it was. I mean,
And
except for
I'm
Hook.
really upset about all of the new like live action Disney movies. Like the animated ones are classic,
What
and
did you? What's your what? Which one did you hate? What? Because I like the Aladdin remake with Will Smith. I like that one and Naomi
I haven't
Scott.
watched any of them. I
That was
like
a good
refuse.
one. I didn't care. Beauty and the Beast with Emma Watson. I watched it just no. Is it Emma Watson?
I was
Yeah,
gonna
right.
say I think Emma Watson's an older Emma. She's Emma. Maybe no, maybe it is Emma
No,
Watson. I
she
think you
was the
might
one
be
who
right.
played in Harry Potter.
She
Like
was
I
yeah,
watched
she
it.
was Hermione.
Hermione. I just watched it because she was
Yeah, it's
Hermione, and
Emma
I was
Watson. You're right.
yeah, yeah. So I was just kind of like, okay, cool. I'm not a fan of the Cinderella remake or the Wicked. I'm a little well. See, that's not Disney. Wizard of Oz
No,
is
and
not
I
Disney.
loved Wicked because I've
Wicked.
seen the musical 3 times, and I think they did a really good
Oh,
job with the
the Little
movie.
Mermaid, Luna Projects. Yeah, I did not like that one.
I
I
want to
liked it.
just watch it just to piss off all the people who had a problem with the actress
I
that played her.
Well, I mean, you can't look at the actor. I just don't like because people are like, oh, she's black and she should be white. I'm like,
The
I
original
don't
one was green.
was
It's a
green.
made
Yeah,
up story, and she ate
people.
the people.
Yeah, it doesn't matter. I mean, I don't like it when people look at skin color. It's like just get over it. Like it's a film.
Yep,
People can do what they want to do. It's a film. You know,
exactly.
like don't like I hate it when people want to be like, "Oh, well, this like the new Wicked movie." They're saying, "Oh, she's black." It's like who like
She's
no,
green.
she's green in basically she's green and is talking about people. I forgot what my friend was explaining to me. We had a good conversation about it, but it's just people need to stop complaining about that stuff. Like enjoy what they have in front of you. You know what I mean? Like everyone's looking at it as, oh, this or this person should be this and this person should be that. People are saying, well, Will Smith should have played it. It was Genie was Robin Williams. I said Genie was blue.
Right.
So he was blue. So I
And it's
don't know
like
why.
Luna says it has nothing to do with that. It's just no. And I know that that had nothing to do with it with you, Suki. I
No,
was just saying the
no, no,
only
no.
thing that would make me watch it, like I have no interest in watching it because I'm such a fan of the original. The only
Right,
reason
right.
I would watch it would be to drive the numbers up because of all of the people that did have
I
memberships. It's a
I
stupid issue.
watched it. I watched it, and it's just I don't know. I just didn't get into it. Like maybe it's because like I used to watch it growing up, and now I just kind of like I'm not into watching that stuff anymore. But like I tried watching it. I didn't like The Little Mermaid, but I had no issue with the characters. It was just see, yeah, I had no issue with the characters. Like the characters were fine. Like you said, the CGI kind of like was like okay, I'm not a fan of it because we all grew up watching certain type of animations. So if there's too much CGI, it looks a little bit weird. It looks all that stuff. But no, I'm not I don't get picky about characters. I mean, or who acted in them. It's how the story is played out. That's what I care about. You know.
Right. Like to this day, if I'm going by and there's a big boulder, I will get up on it and be like, part of that world. Like I have to do it every time because
Okay.
I love the original movie so much.
Mulan's really good.
Mulan is really good. I like
Yeah, I
Mulan.
have I have I'll Make a Man Out of You on my playlist for the
There you
gym.
go.
It's a great one. I was upset that the new one didn't play it because the new one was more I guess it was just more violent. They're showing more violence
Didn't they take
versus
the dragon out of the new one?
They did take the dragon out.
Well,
Well,
then screw the new one.
they referenced it when she looked up to the sky and she saw a dragon, but it wasn't Mushu, but it was like,
No, and you need
you know,
Mushu in there.
yeah, I
Yeah.
know. I was upset they didn't have Mushu or the
He
cricket.
was the best.
The cricket was
Yeah.
cool too.
You know what I love, and I only saw it for the first time recently, is Princess and the Frog.
Never seen that.
It's so good. There's a
Is it?
firefly in there named Raymond because he's
Okay.
Cajun, and like he like his little butt lace up is like, excuse me, like he's adorable. I love Raymond. Like he's just so cute. This little Cajun
Raymond.
firefly. Yeah, he's awesome.
Yeah, I mean, I feel like the remakes are cool. I think they're doing it. It's just something different to see, and it's cool when you take a cartoon and make a remake out of them. You know what I mean? But my boy
If
Cat
you
is
do it
Mushu.
correctly,
If you do
you
it
gotta do it
correctly.
correctly, not just
Right.
do it as a money grab. And that's
Right.
what my problem is with a lot of remakes is they're money grabs. They're not
Yeah.
because the person
It-
wanted to make the story for
It
a
was-
new audience.
It was like when they did Sonic. They remade Sonic. And people watch Sonic. I love Sonic. I grew up watching the original like cartoons of Sonic and Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles and Transformers. I'm gonna say Michael Bay did an amazing job. He did an amazing job with the Transformers series. I love that. After I saw Transformers, I wanted to go out and buy a $60,000 Camaro. I wanted to, but I couldn't afford it, and I knew it wasn't gonna transform. So but it's just how you remake it. It just becomes picky after a certain point for some people. But there's a few good remakes that I enjoy, like Aladdin. I enjoyed that a lot. I love Will Smith, and I love Will Smith from just watching The Fresh Prince of Bel-Air. So I enjoy watching that, and him playing as Genie and him adding a twist to the songs were so good. So
And it's funny, like my Will Smith is more growing up with DJ Jazzy Jeff and Fresh Prince songs when they were new, and I remember the first time I heard You Saw My Blinker, and I'm like, it's Fresh Prince. He doesn't say bitch. Like, what is it? Like, it was just, oh my God, I love this song, and then after that, I kind of saw him more as an actor. Like, of course I watch Fresh Prince, but to me, it's more him, the musician, than the actor.
It's yeah, because did he start off as acting or a musician first?
I believe a musician.
He was a musician, and then he got into acting.
Because he had, Independence Day. Was he Independence Day?
Yeah,
'Cause he was
Independence
Men in Black.
Day. Men in Black was a good one with Tommy Lee Jones.
Mhm.
That's a good one. Yeah, Independence Day was good. I didn't like the second movie they made. Wasn't a fan. It's like Gladiator. They made Gladiator 2, and I'm like, I think they should have just stuck with the first Gladiator because you can't beat a musician. So he started off as a musician first. So
Right.
yeah, like people are like, oh, Russell Crowe played a better Gladiator in the first one than the new guy did now. And I'm like, I grew up watching Russell Crowe. I loved his movies. Or who played in The Mummy? What's his name?
The Rock?
No,
Isn't
The
The
Mummy.
Oh, you mean Brendan Fraser?
Brandon Fraser. Yeah.
Yeah,
So
because he was in Encino Man, wasn't he?
Yeah, he was. Yeah.
That just popped into my head.
Yeah. Or you know what? Indiana Jones. I love Harrison Ford. Oh my gosh, he's one of my favorites. But it sucks because they're getting old, and you see that, and you're like, man, like Jackie Chan. You used to watch all his stuff, and he's all young, and now they're getting older, and you're like, man, you guys are getting older. Like that sucks. So, Fresh Prince was his acting start. Okay, cool. So. But yes,
and then he went into the movies from there, I believe. And he's done well. Obviously, I mean, he's super duper successful, but like he's done well in both arenas. It's not like like how J-Lo can sing and can act, and then some people really should just stick to one or the other because they can't.
Well, you know
both,
what?
But
it's almost like the Disney stars and Nickelodeon kids. You know what I mean? Like they had to know how to. I think Disney they had to know how to sing and do everything. I think Nickelodeon.
they're trained like that. Yeah.
Yeah, they had to be trained to sing, to act, to do everything. And same thing with Nickelodeon. Like I remember growing up watching Degrassi. That was like my teen drama growing up when Drake was still when Drake was acting and he was on the wheelchair, and I'm like, oh my gosh, like now he's like just rapping. It's like I remember watching Drake on Degrassi growing up on, and that was like, oh, that's like teenager stuff. You can't watch that, and you're like 8 years old, and like, oh, Degrassi's awesome, So teenage drama, and then you grow up and like you're just, and then after what happened, that's crazy. Have you seen Quiet on Set? That
100%. That
that
broke my
is
heart.
crazy. I was crying because I felt bad for all those actors who went through that stuff. It's terrible, and it's like, holy cow! Like, and I used to sit there when like growing up, you never would think of that stuff because you
Of
would
course
watch
not.
it and you're like, this is awesome. Like, I love watching this stuff, and it makes you laugh. And then after you start watching that, you're like, holy cow! Like, that's not cool. Like,
When you're
that's
watching it with an adult set of eyes, it's kind of like. And the
exactly
thing is, I watch those shows with my kids. Like
right,
I'm older, so
right,
like I loved iCarly, and I loved Victorious watching that with
right,
my kids. And then I go back, I'm like, I definitely did not see the potato thing with Ariana Grande because that would have jumped right off the screen at me. But
right.
the thing with the feet, I didn't notice until they said that. And then all of a sudden I'm like, yeah, there were an awful lot of feet in those shows.
I loved watching Zoe 101, and you can see some adult jokes that they made on there.
Yep.
And Drake and Josh and
Yes.
all that other stuff, and it's really, oh, Amanda Bynes, like Amanda Show, all that stuff. She went
Yeah.
through hell. All of them went through hell. You know what
Yep.
I
And a
mean? And I
lot of them weren't believed, and it's
no,
not,
no, they
it
weren't.
definitely didn't start anytime recently. Like that's why Corey Haim wound up dying. Like they passed that poor kid around, in the
Yeah,
80s. And even like back, Wizard of Oz, what they did to Judy Garland. I mean, it's been going on for as long as Hollywood's been around. It's
yeah,
horrible. And
yeah,
it's
and
like nobody's putting an end to it. Even after Quiet on the Set came out, I guarantee you that stuff's still going on. It's not
oh,
going
it is
away.
a
You
hundred
know?
percent. There's no 100% that's going on. And it's sad because like I said, when I looked at the behind the scenes of Wizard of Oz, it was pretty dark.
Oh, it's terribly
What
dark.
happened to Judy
Garland. Yeah, Judy Garland.
Garland, and the Tin Man who played, I think he passed away because they put what's it on his face? It wasn't
It was
paint, it was
aluminum powder.
aluminum powder, and that got in his nose and everything. And the person who dressed up as the lion was wearing an actual lion suit, and it was hot in there. And they were only paid, I forgot it, they were saying how much they were paid a day versus how much it will be right now. And it wasn't a lot of money for the stuff they went through. And the one who
No,
played as the Wicked Witch got
that
burned.
green paint.
Yeah,
Well,
green
that,
paint.
and yeah, what happened was they wanted her to do a stunt and she
Hmm.
got messed up. And then they were trying to get her back on the set and she wasn't even healed yet. And the
Right,
hospital's like, she can't. So
right.
when she finally came back, she wouldn't do the one stunt. So they got another girl in, and something on the set, I believe, either went through her leg. Like, I mean, it's
Yeah,
horrible, horrible what happened.
terrible, 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 terrible.
And it's like, yeah, part of it is okay, we know better now, but at the same time, like, it's hard to believe, and it was, but it's hard to believe where there was a time where lead paint was a good idea, but
Yeah,
like back
I
then,
mean,
I guess I didn't know any better.
exactly. Back then, it was like, I guess it's okay, but still, like it. But it also turns out you got to be respectful on set. That's where it comes down to. You got to know when someone's not comfortable with doing something. You got to know when you're allowed to do something. When this scene when this scene is suitable for who, and that's, I guess that's the biggest part when you get into independent films, because I know a lot of people come up and they complain about their sets, and someone's being disrespectful, and it's just very um uh, what's it called, you shouldn't be coming home, like, as an actor, anywhere, whether it's paid, whether it's not, whether independent, you shouldn't be coming home crying,
Oh, of
like,
course not.
or you shouldn't be coming home so pissed off where it's like you're just having a meltdown and everything. You shouldn't be, I get coming home being stressed, But I know some actors who came home and they would call me and they're like, I can't handle the set anymore. It's so much drama. It's what's that term called? It's very what's that term? Toxic. There you go. It's
Oh
very
yeah,
toxic
absolutely.
environment, where people are made fun of, and someone's ego is much higher than everybody else's. So, just gotta, it shouldn't be like that. I always say, and it starts from the top. So everyone start from the top from your production. They have to give respect to everybody else. And when someone is disrespecting somebody else, you got to call that out because everyone needs to be respected on set. Everyone needs to feel comfortable on your set. You know, we're doing this for a hobby. Stop scaring away people. You know what I
Right.
mean? Like, stop scaring people. We don't want that. Everyone should be respected and everyone should be comfortable doing what they're doing. Now, if you show up on set and you don't know your lines, that's a problem.
Exactly.
So, like you still got to do your job, and memorize your lines so you don't get yelled at. But, everyone still should be respected and it should be done. They should be comfortable with what they do. And yes, leave the drama for your mama.
Yes. And
So,
Looney Dingo, welcome, is saying,
hello,
love that.
Looney.
Hell yes, dude.
Yes,
So,
yes, 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 yes. Welcome to our chat.
yes, yes.
So,
I'm excited to be doing a project with him soon, too. So,
oh, can you
so
speak or no speak?
I don't know. Can I speak, Looney? I don't want
No, you
to
gotta
speak
always
out
ask
of
permission.
turn,
You
like
always
I don't
want to
want
ask
to.
her. Always want to have to ask permission. I always tell people this. If you can't say it, if you can't say a story or something, it's better off that you ask and say yes before you say it, and then you get in trouble for it.
Exactly. Yeah,
So
because that's
uh,
how you get in trouble and you don't get hired for
eggs,
other projects.
exactly.
Yes.
Sorry.
Awesome. Thanks so much. Sure, absolutely. So I think it's pronounced Middle Earth. It's spelled really cool. And
I gotta
I
use the bathroom real quick. Hang on. I'm sorry. You can go on and talk.
you
I'm
go
gonna be right back.
ahead. Yeah.
Yeah, go ahead.
This
I
is
gotta
awesome.
go.
When you gotta go, you gotta go.
Yeah, I
So
agree.
oh my goodness, I'm getting notifications. It's getting late and my brain is not working anymore. But yes, it is Metal Earth. It is a project where I get to use my voice for the first time. I get to do voice acting. So I'm very, very excited about that. And my character is the Queen of Roses. She is a badass. And I just can't wait to see what she has in store. So definitely, guys, start following my posts about this project too. And like I said before, when the tide comes in, all ships rise. So if there's anything I can share for any of you guys, let me know because I don't always see it in my newsfeed. So if you have a project going on, it doesn't have to be film, it doesn't have to be music, it can be a book, it can be your kid's fundraiser. If there's something that I'm able to share to help you guys out, send it my way. I'm always happy to do that. So all right, I am the queen to the throne of thorns. That is badass. I'm so excited. I'm so excited for this. It's going to be awesome.
Okay.
Welcome back. Did you grab the
Yeah,
Pop Tart?
and I grabbed the pizza too.
Oh,
Don't
it's
worry,
pizza.
Don't worry, I wash my hands.
I was like, oh my gosh, you're grabbing a Pop Tart, but it's pizza. Thank you. Lenny said, so honored to have you. I'm so honored to be asked, and I can't wait to be part of this because it's going to be so much fun. So great. Luna said, my hearing is off. Thought she said middle because I'm a huge no, metal, not middle.
Metal.
Yes. But see how it's spelled? It's METLERT,
Oh, okay.
which is pretty badass.
It's
So
like Metal Earth, like acronym,
yes.
kind of.
Maybe.
Here, buddy, you want it?
Could be. Oh, is that
A treat.
Ace?
Yeah, I gave her a little slice of pizza, small little one, as a treat.
No. Dogs love pizza. My dogs go nutty crazy every time there's pizza around because they know they'll get the crust because I don't eat the crust.
The crust is the best part.
Mm-mm.
Especially if it has cheese in it, like the cheese into it. Oh, it's so good.
Well, do you like the deep dish pizza from your region?
I mean, it's not bad. I like it, but it's just what's the term called? It's overrated.
Okay.
So like
Yeah.
pizza's not bad. I love pizza, but I prefer like out in here it's Giordano's or Illuminati's pizza, and people are like, "Oh, go to Giordano's, go here."
That's what I was
Like
told when I went
like
out the first time.
it's okay. I mean, I like it, but like after a certain point it's like, you know, pizza is just kind of like that go-to food when you're just, oh, well, I don't have a lot of money on me, but I'm just gonna go order a pizza, or I call it the lazy food. So you just order it just to grab it, and it's like, cool, pizza. It's like getting a bag of chips or something like that. But like when I do deep dish, I have like one slice of it or half a slice, and I'm like, I'm good. I'm
Too
done.
much.
It's not even too much. It's just you eat it and you're like, it's bland. There's no flavor in it, and it becomes overrated. So I'm not.
Gotcha.
It's good though. I mean, for other people who haven't tried deep dish, I would definitely recommend it. But for other people who's been eating it, a lot of people like from who are from Chicago, they're like, yeah, it's all right. The hot dogs is where I like. Um I love the Polishes here because I've been out to New York and I tried. I'm sorry, not New York, Florida, and I tried their hot dogs. I'm like, I'm not a fan of this, but I'm
I was
like,
gonna say
yeah.
New York's got those Coney Island dogs, so
What are those like?
they have a like almost like a crunchy skin. They like
Ugh,
pop when you eat it. Not a fan. I'm
ugh.
not into that.
What is that like?
Um,
Fried with like breadcrumbs on it? Like,
no, not at all. It's almost like the Slim Jim. How the outer part of a Slim Jim's kind of like yeah.
no,
Mm-mm.
no,
Not
no.
not my jam. And if I could have pizza on a cracker, I would. I like real thin crust. I don't like a
Okay,
thick
those
crust.
are not bad, but not a Slim Jim hot dog. I don't even like Slim Jims. Like they're like,
No, not
ooh,
since I, like decided to respect my stomach lining to a point. I stopped eating Slim
right.
Jims. Oh my
So,
God, Mac. Oh,
oh, that's disgusting.
I seriously burped a little bit when you said that. Like I had, oh my goodness. Wow. Yeah.
Lately, I got a pimple on my tongue. So, like, I drank like lemon, and it was like really high in acidic. I can't say the term
Acidity.
acidity, and it just kind of like it. I don't know. I just got like a little pimple from it in my tongue. And when she said doctor, I'm like, I'm trying to pop it, but I
I
don't
think
want to
it's
pop
a
it.
I think it's a taste bud that comes off. They turn white sometimes when they come off.
Yeah, okay, so
So I
that's
don't
what
think
it
you
is.
can pop it. I think it's
No,
just
but
gonna fall off.
it's annoying in there. It's just like, can you get out? And it usually happens when I drink something that's like super
Super
acidic.
acidity. Yeah.
Yeah, ugh.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Oh,
Dr. Jim.
I will never like. I don't like Coney Island dogs, and sometimes around here, if you go somewhere, that's what they have, and you don't know until you bite it. And I'm going to barf the next time because I'm going to think of that.
Wait till you see the sound effects
That's what
of
I mean.
how
It's
we
like
have
a
to make for the eye when she's like, eats the
oh, don't give it
eyeball.
away! Don't give it away! Don't give it away!
Oh, they know what's good. Oh, I did I? Oh shit. Okay, well, y'all got a little taste of it. I'm sorry. Oh
A
well.
taste of it.
Get it.
I,
Oh. Oh my gosh.
I see what's going on
All
here.
right.
It's
Well, they got a little taste of it. So I mean, okay, I'm not gonna say anymore. I'll shut up
it's
now,
like a
Becky.
pimple in your mouth.
Yeah, it's like a pimple in my mouth. Yeah.
That's going to be
Oh
the
my.
next thing for when you give something away. It's just like it's like a pimple in your mouth. It's you got a little
It's like
taste.
it's just there. It's
Oh,
like
God.
some people. You know what? Some people enjoy that stuff. Some people enjoy watching Dr. Pimple Popper.
Oh,
I
we
mean,
had this discussion over the weekend too.
yes. I don't like it, but I do love watching ear cleaning. Like,
That's what you
um,
said.
yeah, I love watching ear cleaning, and not with the water, but where they go in with the little like microscope and they see it at the camera and they're picking it out. And I hate it. I hate it when they pull it out and it's about to all come out in one piece and it just shatters all. I'm like, yo, I waited 25 minutes of you poking around in there just for it to come out like that. No,
Yep.
thank you. Or I also watch booger removal sometimes. So yeah, so they go in up your nose, and like there are people who have sinuses, like really bad sinus issues, and they go up into your nose and they take like a little vacuum and they suck out the boogers like out of your nose, and they're so disgusting, and they like stick onto your like nose lining, and they're like,
No.
yeah.
See,
It's
as a
so
mom, I've sucked enough boogers with the little thing. Like, I don't need to watch anybody do that ever.
it's so interesting. Or I don't know, like I seen one with scab removals. I love watching scab removals because people just go in there like and it just comes off, and it's like I know I'm weird.
Can
Um
we all just take a moment to just reflect on the fact that we live in a time where this is a thing? Like, there were times where people were just concerned about making it through the day. You know, they had to like make sure their crops were growing and that there wasn't dysentery. Meanwhile, we're over here watching booger removal videos. Like,
and listen, now listen, that thing is like interesting to me. I think it's the satisfaction of getting it all in one piece. I don't know.
I get,
It's
well,
like
see, that's the earwax, the booger, the scab, that all runs together. And
yeah.
so do the pimple ones, though, because if they're
So
like the insides, like the
yeah, it
strain.
just comes off. And like I seen those. I mean, I'm kind of really weird, but there's a show called MTV Scarred. It came out. It was the co-host is Jacoby. He is the singer of um oh my gosh, he's saying Hollywood Horror. Um oh, what's his name?
I think I know who you're talking about too,
He
but I can't think of. Oh, shoot.
American Dream. Come around. Hold on. I will.
Oh,
Papa
when I
Roach.
come around.
Pop
That's what I was going to say. That's Papa
Pop
Roach. Yep.
Papa Roach. He when Papa Roach did that Jacoby, he was a co-host on Scarred when MTV was actually really cool to watch. They had
You
what's
don't
it?
remember when MTV was really cool to watch,
Hey, when
young.
I MTV when it was just
Listen
music
here, young
videos.
man.
MTV was great. Like I remember because it was originally MTV and then they had MTV2. And MTV2 was when they started having all those weird like stage drama, not even drama. It was like parent
There's
like
the
issues where like
reality
the
shows.
reality shows where there's or Pit My Ride and all that other stuff. But
I used
yeah,
to like
he
MTVX.
okay, I remember that. I remember that. They had a, but yeah, Scarred is just talking about people doing stunts and all they do. No, that was back in our day when they had music videos. Yeah, yeah, that's what it was. I remember they had a time when it was original MTV. It was like at like what midnight on Saturdays, and it would just no music videos. It was just like a black screen and they would just play music and it was kind of like a radio over it, and it was kind of cool. They were like, this is original, but they had like the lights on the TV, like the cool thing. It's like, remember when you open up Windows 95 and you listen to the music and they had like that little like show going on for you, and it was like, yep, that's it. Or Kids Bop. And well, no, Kids Bop was terrible. I don't know what I'm like. No, that's where I first learned of Nickelback was through Kids Bop.
That's
And
pretty funny.
when I listened to when I listened to actually Nickelback, I was like, yeah, no, we're done. I broke that CD and said goodbye. Um,
Yeah, Kids Bop was terrible. I tried to steer my kids away from that as much as possible.
are they still doing Kids Bop right
They
now?
sure are. And
Are
there's
you
a competitive
serious?
series too. I can't remember what it's called, but there's Kids Bop and then there's like another kids one. And they have videos to go with it that are just god awful.
Are you serious?
Mm-hmm.
Just have them listen to the real music.
Exactly. And that's
I mean,
like you brought up Nickelback. So when my daughter was about 2 was when Rockstar came out. And
okay.
I didn't want my 2-year-old going around singing about drug dealers and stuff like that. So she really thought there were drum dealers on speed dial. And she didn't know what a VIP was, so she used to sing "We All Pee" with the movie stars, and I just let it go, like whatever,
Right.
it's all good, and it was adorable. But if you don't make a big deal out of things, your kids aren't going to either. You just
Yeah. Now, if I'm listening to my kids about shooting something up, I'm like, no. We're not going that route. used to have a welcome machine. Welcome to the machine.
She said she used to modify her startup sound for the computer, so she had
Oh, do
"Welcome to
you
the
do you
machine."
do you remember? I know we're going back. This was when I was still kind of like. This is when, like, I think I forgot what year, but my friends would have their phone, and on the radio, they would go ahead and put their song, like they would record the song to do shut up, my song's on the radio, I want to record this. So it's like, please wait while your call is being reached. And then they had the music playing when they took their music on there, and they're like, yo, shut up, man, because I'm trying to get this good one, this good song on the radio. Because, well, what was it that we used to use? It was my friend's download, was it LimeWire he used or
Oh
something,
yeah,
whatever it was.
LimeWire. It was
Yeah,
LimeWire, then it became LimeWire. It was
LimeWire, yeah.
Napster
Yeah, like the
until
old,
Metallica got upset about Napster. That was around.
yeah,
And there was Audio Galaxy.
never
Not
heard
that
of
I ever appropriated music off the internet.
that.
It's
Oh,
like all the time. But
um,
yeah,
better
Looney
than
said
Kids Bop.
that totally makes sense to remake them for songs that have a lot of cussing, but otherwise just let your kid listen to the original good song. I feel like you're just teaching them bad production instead. It's
It's like,
true.
yeah, I
The
don't want to
version of
hear.
All Star is someone's like uncle. Like, who is that guy singing that song on Kids Bop? It's so bad.
It's like saying, I want a Kids Bop version of Animal by Def Leppard. Come on now, like, nah, I'm not doing that.
I love that song.
Had
I
all of
used to
them.
love that video. The
Which one?
zebra animal by zebra animal by Def Leppard, because at
Def
the end it
Leppard.
had a zebra and he'd go hit. Like at
That
the end of the
that
video, if you watch it.
that riff on the guitar, down, down, down. Oh my gosh, so great! I remember seeing. What are you talking about? All Star by Smash
Smash
Mouth.
Mouth.
Oh gosh,
The Kids Bop
Shrek
version, that guy's like, somebody once. It's
once.
so bad.
I
So bad.
that song is for kids already. It's not even like
They
there's
didn't
no
have to
cursing in
remake
it.
it.
They didn't have to. That song was just pure amazing on its own.
And
Like,
like, my 2-year-old doesn't need to listen to Crazy Bitch, so we don't need to remake it. Like, you just don't, some things aren't for kids,
I
and that's
remember
fine.
listening to the one for them with Crazy by Britney Spears, and I'm like,
Oh, yeah.
yo, just leave it the way it is. We don't need to do it. The
Yeah, the
radio
radio.
edits for some songs are redonkulous. Yes.
There was
Yeah.
when Rage Against the Machine first came out, there was a station in New York, and the guy played the wrong version. So out on the radio waves is, fuck you, I won't do. And he just let the whole song go. And he goes, I figured I was already fired anyway, so you guys could listen to the whole thing. Have a good day. Because it was, the censored one was like, Frank, you. I'm like, what is Frank? It was so funny. But he just was just like, my job's gone anyway, so I might as well just let it play.
like, shoot. It's like, I'm surprised they haven't, like, I don't know. I'm just surprised Kids Bop is still going. It's like Looney said, it was like, yeah, to cut out the cussing and stuff, but just let them listen to the original one, because
Yep.
I'd rather have you actually go to the original one than trying to get to the, I'm not gonna lie, I do like some remakes, what are they called? When other bands do it, I forgot what the
Like
term
a
they call.
cover.
A cover.
cover.
There are
Mhm.
some covers that are better than the original.
There's
You know
some
what I mean?
covers that you don't know are covers because you didn't know there were originals. Like, I didn't know Once Bitten Twice Shy by Great White was a cover for the longest.
Really?
Mhm.
Like, you just listen, because there's always, I hate to say it, there's always going to be somebody who just comes up and makes a really, really good version of a song, So it's like, wow, this is pretty freaking good. Like,
And then there's Kids Bop.
and there's oh my gosh. Then there's Kids Bop. Yeah. Somebody once told me the world.
You're going to be singing that now.
That song is okay.
But yeah, they did Old Town Road.
They
Kids Bop
did.
did Old Town
Oh
Road.
my
Stop
gosh!
it.
Stop! We don't want to hear it. Just let the original be. Like, please.
There's no reason for that.
No, there isn't. And I'm like, why? I'm like, Just go on YouTube and type in. They already have AI covers on stuff already. Like, I mean, shoot. Like, listen to AI covers. Like, I don't know.
I don't know. Like, there's a really good remake of Don't Fear the Reaper that I like by Apollo 440, and it's kind of like a keyboardy, like, you know, like it's a different version of it, which is pretty cool. But then there's other people that remake stuff, and it's like, no, don't touch that song. You know?
Yeah, there's some. It's like movies. Don't touch that movie. Don't remake that. Let it be. You know,
Let it be. Let it
and then there's
be.
just and then there's SpongeBob. Okay, then there's
I was watching SpongeBob today.
SpongeBob is amazing. I don't care what anybody else says. That is the most iconic jokes on SpongeBob. My leg, you know, like all those things. Black Betty has been
My
covered 20
eyes.
times and nobody talks about and his knee.
I'm telling you.
Speaking about my leg.
My leg, my eyes. I love that. The nerve of that guy and his driving eyeballs. I could watch like the old SpongeBob. My daughter and I put it on from season 1, episode 1, and just like
Yeah.
let it roll. We were having fun.
Was the season 1 when SpongeBob first got the job at the Krusty Krab and the Biba Toad showed up? And
Yeah.
he's like, go get me a spatula with that can fly with propellers or whatever. He's like, SpongeBob.
Oh no, I don't think SpongeBob Bob. I don't think that was in the first season, but the first season was the one with the anchovies.
Yeah, I think that's where
the smelly smell that smells.
Smelly smell.
Smelly.
Smells.
Yeah. No, that was
I
the anchovies,
love-
not the nematodes.
I love the scene when Plankton and Crab switch bodies, and like he shows up, he's like, "What's wrong with him?" And he was like, "Oh, he's what's it called?" SpongeBob was like, "I'll get you, Crab!" And boom, and he like pulls out a cannon, and then he hits him with a bra, and he's like, "Darn, it's underwire too."
Oh my gosh, I don't remember that one at all.
Yeah, he said like it's an underwire or something like that. Because he was like that. He's like, "Well, what's wrong with this?" He's like, "He's here somewhere," and he's like, "My goodness, he's naked." Just like,
Yeah. When he's putting on Mr. Krabs' armor to go to the Navy thing.
no,
he's
not
getting the
that.
award?
It was not that one. It's they switched bodies. So
Oh,
Plankton
okay.
became Mr. Krabs. He took over the Krusty Krab, and Krabs was Plankton. So they like kind of like switched like life roles.
Okay, I don't remember that one at all.
Oh, it was SpongeBob just has so many good jokes. Like people think Squidward is an asshole when we were growing up, but man, that man is going through a lot in
He
life.
just wanted to be left alone.
Just leave the man alone. You know how many people are like Squidwards out there? I mean,
I do.
they just don't want to be bothered. They want to sit home and have pictures of themselves up and play clarinet. Play their clarinet. Yeah, he was like, there was one episode where he's like, when he was trying to find, I can't say this guy. I know everyone's gonna kick my ass for this. He was number 1. I forgot the guy.
Oh yeah,
Jagermanmeister.
It's Jagerman Svensson, but I can't think of their first name.
Yeah,
Smitty Jagerman Jensen.
Smitty, yeah, whatever, Smitty. I can't even get that. That's the only thing I can't say. And freaking Squidward's over there crying in the cemetery, and then he has his flowers, and Mr. Krabs walks over there. He's like, "Squidward, what he's doing here?" And he's literally like, "For my hope and dreams."
They're laying flowers on the grave of his hopes and
SpongeBob
dreams.
has a lot of adult jokes, though. I'm not gonna lie.
Oh yeah.
Like if you're not paying attention to it, it's just a lot of like adult.
Well, they
jokes.
pulled the episode with the panty raid. They won't show that anymore.
What? That was funny. He's like, the panty raid. I'm like, why? He's like,
are you feeling it, Mr. Krabs?
I'm feeling it. And he goes, Eugene.
They go and they raid his mom's underwear drawer.
Oh, yeah. They go to his house. Eugene, what are you doing with my underwear?
With my frilly things.
He's like, to your bedroom now. Yes, mommy. And he's sleeping on his old like bunk bed.
Yep, he got in trouble. That's so
Sponge-
funny.
I
That's
just
one thing
SpongeBob.
I will still watch. Like, even if I'm by myself, I love SpongeBob.
Oh, it's great. SpongeBob, boy me Bob, or whatever he said.
Sponge Boy Me Bob.
Yeah, me hoiny hoy hoy hoy.
Oh my goodness.
Oh, I love SpongeBob. That's never gonna get old. Except for the new ones. I don't like the new ones. The clay
No, the new
animation
ones are
one.
bad.
No,
Yeah.
it's terrible. Like I'm not a fan of it. After I think the SpongeBob movie, it kind of went downhill. Like it didn't go downhill. I still watch it. It's just not the same comedy like the Christmas episode. I'm still waiting for that one when Santa Claus shows up and they gave it to Squidward, and then Santa's at the end having like a spasm, and he's like, I'm just like,
This
what is
Christmas
going?
feels like the very first Christmas to me.
I can't do Mr. Krabs' laugh. It's so weird.
Yeah. I love
So
Clancy Brown. He does so many roles. He's fantastic. Did you watch The Penguin?
the Penguin. Is that the one for the Batman?
It just came out with Colin McGregor.
No, I haven't seen that then.
So good. Clancy Brown's in that.
Oh, is he?
Yep.
So I raised my daughter on SpongeBob, and then they came out with that article on how it wasn't good for kids' brains. Okay, but that's like 90% of all the 90s kids growing up watching
I was going to
SpongeBob.
say, all three of my kids grew up on SpongeBob, and they were
SpongeBob
all
is
like,
amazing.
they're all smuck and fart, all three of them. So I'm
Except
not
for the
worried about it.
driving. The only thing that gives me a headache is SpongeBob's driving class.
Yeah.
Like, how the hell do you not pass that? Except for the one.
SpongeBob, why?
I remember the episode when when Mrs. Puff went to jail because he
Yes.
crashed
And they're talking to her in the soup.
Yeah, he's like, what I tell you about getting off those meds, Puff? He's like, what's for dinner, Puff? He's like, chili.
That's hilarious. And then she wants to go back to jail because she doesn't want to have to teach him anymore.
Yeah. There was one when they replaced him with the shark. Like the shark,
yeah,
he was the
like
drill
a
instructor.
sergeant.
And then he's like, my boy, you need to drive everything on. And he said, would anyone here like a bonbon? He's like, no. Bro, that was my teacher in school. He would like come straight up and he would be like, he would come in, he's like, here are the rules for our class, because he was our gym instructor, also our swim teacher. So he was in the military, and it's almost the same way, because he's like, we are not eating in class. You're gonna do what we told you to do, and you're going to do it this way, in the correct way. And we're like, yeah, and it's just funny because in SpongeBob, when he was like, he's like, no eating in my class. And he's like, would anyone like a bonbon? He's like, I do. Pick your favorite. And then he's like, does it taste good? He's like, it tastes all the color. He just grabs him by the throat and throws him across the room. And he's like, no eating in my class.
That's great. Yeah, there's so many great episodes.
What's better than 24?
2025.
2025. That's going to be my new shirt. What's better than 2024? 2025.
There you go. I like that, actually.
Looney said, LOL truth. Yes, because look at us sitting here making jokes. Like, literally, anyone, you can go to a movie theater and yell, excuse me, sir, does my breast stink? Oh, not at all, boy. Like, and people will, the best
Sunday.
The best one is, oh, brother, this guy stinks. That's like the best one I enjoy. Like, I always say that all the time to my friends, and they can't stop laughing when I say that.
That's
great.
So
much good stuff as child growing up, like all the good stuff, and now it's like not the same anymore. Like
no, but I think every generation feels that way. We're just the ones that are right.
Well, I mean, I watched. So they came out with a new Wizards of Waverly Place.
No.
Yeah, exactly. And I said, you know what? I'm just gonna watch it. Why not? I binge watched the whole thing and I was so disappointed because it's not the same as the old Wizard of Waverly Place.
No, because I
You know,
guarantee you they don't sing, "What's that? A hat? Crazy, funky,
yeah,
junky hat? Overslept? Hair unsightly? Trying to
still
look like
remember
Keira
it.
Knightley? We've been there. We've done that. We see right through your funky hat." I bet they
Yeah,
didn't sing that. Did I mention
that
my kids watch these shows constantly?
well, that like Hannah Montana, I used to watch. Phil of the Future. That's So Raven. I used to watch because Sweet Life of Zach and Cody. I used to
Oh yeah,
love watching all those shows. Mr. Mosby and all those other stuff. Esteban
London
Julio
Tipton's
Ricardo Del
really
Rosa
great,
Ramirez.
really great,
Yep,
really great. London Tipton's really great and
it's
deserves the opposite of hate, which
so.
is love.
And they had the best Halloween and holiday like films. Like Disney had Halloween Town. They had Mom's Got a Date with a Vampire. They
Yep.
had oh my gosh, and then you had the Christmas ones where it's like there's like different films they had, and now it's like you're like, what happened to all that? The DComs? There's no more of that. Like, I mean, I'm like, holy cow. It's just, I guess it changes with the generation, and it's like, because when did that end? That those stuff stopped maybe in 2008, 2009, I think, and then it kind of changed, and then you're like, kind of like, what is this?
They were
But
around longer than that though, because I know my husband and I got together in 2008, and the kids watched them after that.
let
So
me see. Now I'm curious. Sweet Life of Zack and Cody. Let's see when that ended. Because they had Sweet Life on deck.
yes, I
But
do
I
remember
like
Sweet Life on Deck. The Littlest Vampire. I remember that.
The Littlest Vampire. Yeah, yeah, yeah. I remember that one. So it was
Yep.
3 seasons. It started in 2005. And it never had the final episode date was in September 1st, 2008.
Okay,
So
well then they kept showing reruns because it was definitely
yeah.
on for years.
So
And then there was, like you said, Sweet Life on Deck. There was Hey Jesse.
Jesse was a little bit newer. So the last episode of That's So Raven, which I love That's So Raven, was in 2007 of November 10th.
Okay, yeah,
So
I knew that
that
one was older because they didn't really watch that one as much.
there was just a lot of like, let's see, Sunny with a Chance. I didn't get into that. I
Oh
remember,
yeah, Sunny with a Chance got canceled though because that was Demi Lovato, I think.
yeah. Do you remember High School Musical?
Of course.
That was another classic. Um, they had Good Luck Charlie, Ant Farm. That's too new.
Ant Farm, my kids watch. They watch Good Luck Charlie.
Zeke and Luther. That's new too.
Hmm.
My
Wasn't there?
Babysitter's a Vampire. That's
Yeah,
uh, that's
my oldest.
Disney.
Yep.
Victorious, Casey
I
Underground. I didn't. I
don't know that one.
Lizzie McGuire with
Yeah,
Hilary Duff. Yeah,
I
no,
remember it, but I
really, I
didn't really
love
watch
Lizzie
it.
McGuire. Big Time Rush.
I remember they had that song that sounded like another song. Was it like summertime or something? Something to do with
Yeah.
summer.
Zoe 101 was my favorite. Ooh,
My
I know
oldest
you
loved Zoe
see Sandy.
101.
I love that show. The Jonas Brothers.
The
No, it's
Jonas
just
Brothers had a show.
Jonas. And then
Mm.
everything else kind of just went like, I don't know, it just went. Maybe it's just not my vibe anymore for that stuff because it's
Yeah,
just
well, that
the
makes
comedy.
sense.
The comedy changes with the generation.
Yeah,
So back then we found things funny, like it was just funny. Now it's like when you get older, it's like, and you don't realize it until you get older, you're like, this is not funny. Like sometimes
hmm,
I go back and watch old stuff and I don't find it as funny as when I did as a kid, like where
right.
I'm
Well,
like
because you're in a
literally
different mental space now.
where you're
I
like, I
hope.
used I used to sit
Oh my gosh,
my
that's
God, I
normal.
hope you're in a different. Like I'll laugh like at some scenes and get a giggle, but I will never like piss my pants and laughing like I used to do as a kid.
Yeah,
Like I just don't do that anymore. But like you just, and then when you watch, like if I turn on Disney Channel now, it's like this is not the same. Plus, Disney Channel, I don't think this stuff will ever be the same because everything's so electronic now. Like it's
Yeah.
all on the apps now, and you can go. I remember getting up on Saturday morning at like 4 in the morning just to start my early morning cartoons. And then after a certain point, after a certain point, they would tell kids to go outside, run, do all that stuff, and they'll cut the TV off.
Oh, I
Look
remember
at,
that. Yeah.
yeah, like get out and play. They don't do that anymore. It's like you don't see kids out there riding their bikes, playing sports like that anymore because everyone's so glued to the TV, So look at SNL. It's changed so much. I watched an episode recently and it's so different. I
I
used
haven't
to,
watched SNL in a long time, and we just went to the movies and saw Saturday Night, which was the movie about it.
was
Did
it
you
good?
even hear about that?
Was it good?
I liked it. Did you watch Gotham?
Yes, I watched Gotham.
So Corey Michael Smith, is that his name? He played the Riddler in
Yes,
Gotham.
Corey, yes.
He played Chevy Chase, and he was fantastic.
Was he?
So good. My problem with the movie was that it had kind of the Blair Witch, I was getting dizzy. It's just very
like Cloverfield, like that all
yeah,
over. The camera was like,
first person.
I get dizzy with that. Right.
And it was so fast paced that kind of. But I really enjoyed the movie. I enjoyed the content of it, and it's Cindy Crawford's daughter. I can't think of her name. She's in it. She's gorgeous.
Like SNL, what used to be SNL before SNL? It was In Living Color. Was that it?
Oh, SNL's been around since the 70s. That was the original.
Really? Okay.
Yeah.
I used to watch In Living Color. Like, I mean,
Living Color was his. Let me tell you something.
I remember. Oh, I used to watch In Living Color with Homie the Clown.
Oh
yeah. Yeah, Homie the Clown.
Homie the Clown don't play that.
Homie Clown don't play that. He's like, hey, homie. Hey, homie, I want to see the stars. I want a telescope for Christmas. And he's like, all right, put that box on your head. And he smacks him upside the head. He's like, you seeing a star? He's like, yeah, homie. And he's like, homie, don't play that.
Yep.
Jim Carrey, like it was, I mean, In Living Color, I watched it, or Comedy Central when it was actually funny. Like Kids in the Hall.
Kids in the Hall was hilarious. Kids in the Hall and The State were both good.
I
forget which one it was that had I want to dip my balls in it. I think that might have been Kids in the Hall, but I don't remember. It was one of those two.
I remember watching the Chappelle Show when it first came.
God.
I could not stop laughing at the Chappelle Show. That
the one
was
with Wayne Brady, I will watch over and over.
Which one
again.
was that?
Does Wayne Brady have to smack a bitch?
Oh, that one. I love the Rick James when he's like, I'm Rick James. Or the Player Haters where they went back in time.
I like that one, and I like the what was it, the game show, but where they had to eat the bugs and stuff like that, but it was the crackhead.
Fear Factor.
Yeah.
When they had actual when Seth Rogen was in there, and it was I forgot, he kept on doing this. He's like, oh, I'm not feeling it. And he's like,
just like, God, put it back. And he's like sleeping in there, and then at the end they got the big crack rack, and he's like, she goes, oh, this is gonna last us, and he goes, hours.
And then he was eating his corns off his feet because the worms were caught, and he was like, I'm like,
yeah, oh gosh.
Wayne Brady is hilarious. I love Whose Line It Is Anyway is so good.
I started watching the original British one in the 90s. And then
because that was, a lot of game shows were made in the UK, and then it was just remastered over here. Like, it was pretty cool. Like, Whose Line Is It Anyway was just good. I love that.
And Colin Mockery was on the British one, and Ryan Stiles was on the British one. Greg Proops. But then this guy, Tony Slattery, was on there, and he was hilarious. Like, that show's so funny.
Now, Whose Line Is It Anyway? That was actually all improv, right? When you watched it, or was it scripted?
No, all improv.
Because they did I forgot what segment it is, and he played the piano. And he was like, and then
they have to make up the songs, and that's all.
Yeah, I forgot. It's like, I love being a rock star. Rock stars make me. It's like he goes on, and it's like I guess you get point. It's been so long since I watched it, but I love watching it because it was funny. It was comedy.
It was funny. It was creative.
It was, yes. It was all like that's why I said improv. You don't find that anymore. A lot of comedy now is just scripted. It's
Yeah.
not like SNL is not scripted still, isn't it? It's
Oh
all
no, it's scripted.
it's scripted?
Yeah.
Oh, I thought it was still improv.
Oh no, they've always been skits.
Oh, okay.
Like sometimes things will happen and they kind of go off the rails, but they're
So the
definitely
cold
scripted.
so the cold open is not is scripted?
Hmm. Yeah, like the
Oh,
monologue in the beginning. I believe
okay.
so. I could be completely wrong, but
Oh.
I think so.
See, I'm not into that. I love when it's improv because you just get the natural. What did he just say? So improv is the best. It allows for it. It is. It's like it just naturally flows. Like when you drop an F bomb, it has to naturally flow. And it's like when you act and you do something stupid on camera, and you're like, that actually is gonna work. Like, oh, I'm not even gonna say. I was about to say about what we filmed on set. What happened, but I can't say that. But that was a one shot thing, and that was actually worked pretty well. And I was scared of getting screwed over on that part, but I was good. I was good. I can't say that.
It
I was
worked.
about to slip
Yep.
up. So see, improv, just spilling it out.
Exactly.
So
Improv is
oh
saying yes and so that it keeps moving on.
yes,
That's how
that
that
that's
works.
yeah. SNL, yeah, I'm not. The Chappelle Show was good. I don't know if you watched a show called The Boondocks. I don't know if I
You
brought it
were
up.
talking about the
The
Boondocks
cart
over
the
the weekend,
cartoon.
yes.
Oh my gosh, I love the Boondocks. It just has an excessive amount of just cursing and shit talking, and it's just great. I love it, and it's just okay. Some people don't like it because it's cartoon, but it's just hilarious of the story, and it's based off real like events, and they just kind of it's like South Park. South Park. I feel like original South Park was good, like The
I was gonna
Simpsons.
say that it started out. I love the
Yeah.
original, but
Oh,
then,
oh,
like everything else, like it ebbs and flows. Like it's definitely still because they write those episodes the week that they create it.
yes,
That's
yes,
how
I
they
heard
stay
that.
so topical. Um, yes, I love. Okay, Family Guy makes me wet
Really?
my pants several times a week.
Okay, the original Family Guy I'm okay with. The newer ones, I'm not a big fan of it because so I used to love watching Family Guy, and then I think it was when I stopped watching it after the Cleveland Brown show came out, and I
Okay,
hated that. And I never really got it's like The Simpsons. I used to watch it, but I never got into it after a certain point because it wasn't my type of show. And then I started watching Rick and Morty, and I'm just like, have you seen that Rick and Morty?
I've never. I know there's a pickle. That's all I know
Yeah,
about the show.
I'm Pickle Rick. Yeah,
Yeah,
Pickle
that's
Rick
that's
and
my
Rick
extent of knowledge of that show.
Rick and Morty is actually pretty funny. It's kind of cool. I love Rick and Morty. I love the vibe of it. Because it's just talking about different dimensions and different worlds and all that other stuff. But Family Guy, I'm a little bit. I don't know. It's not the same anymore. Like,
Well, I don't know because it's on TBS and it's on Fox and like so I don't even know what year the ones I'm making I'm watching came out unless it's the ones during the writer's strike when they had different voices and I hate those. But
yeah,
other than that, like I don't know if it's old or if it's new or like but they're they're still like because they cross lines and they just don't care and it's just
no,
like
they
I
don't.
can't believe they just said that. I think that's a lot of it is I can't believe the show is still on the air, you
Well,
know?
that's why, and that's why I love the Boondocks. But I can't watch. You can't watch the Boondocks because they took it off air because they're dropping all these words that you
Right?
shouldn't be saying. But and the jokes are like, oh my gosh, that's terrible, but it's a little bit funny. Um,
That's funny.
Family Guy, South Park,
Aqua Teen Hunger Force.
Aqua Teen Hunger Force. Oh my god, what's the guy's name? Paul Air. The
What's
white
that? The
the
neighbor is
white
Carl.
Carl, the big Carl. Yeah, Carl. Oh my good. He's always trying to get in the pool, like, oh, get out my property and pool. And it's just Aqua Teen Hunger Force was amazing. And then they had a Robot Chicken. Do you remember Robot Chicken?
Absolutely, I remember
Yes,
Robot Chicken.
Robot Chicken. So
Yes.
what's it? Cerebral
Cerebral
toilet.
toilet humor and theoretical physics in R&M. I don't know what R&M is.
I don't know that one. Is that a show?
No, I think that's the description of Family Guy because it's like cerebral toilet humor means like smart shit jokes and theoretical physics. So time
In
travel and
R.
stuff.
Oh, okay. In RMM. Old Ren and Stimpy. Yes, yes,
Yes,
yes, yes, yes,
yes.
yes.
You
Old Ren
covet
was.
my ice cream bar. You
Yeah.
cannot have it. I've had this ice cream bar since I was
What?
a child.
What was the one with the toast when he was like, like
I love that one, and I love when Stimpy was Rapunzel and let down his hair, and Ren
oh
climbed it
my
up into
god.
his.
There was a lot of good. You know what? I used to love
Oh! Rick and
Rick and
Morty's
Morty. Yeah,
R&M.
yeah, Rick and Morty. Yeah, that's a
Okay,
good one. Do you remember the old Looney Tunes, like the
of
original?
course.
Like I love watching the stupid ones. They're just so stupid, but it's so good. Like Tom
Looney
and
Tunes,
Jerry.
Tom and Jerry
You know
are
what? Tom and Jerry was kind
amazing.
of depressing. Have you seen the powdered toast man? That's who it is. It's like the Crimson Chin from Fairly Odd
Yes,
Parents.
I
Here
loved
comes the
Fairly Odd
Crimson
Parents
Chin.
too. Yes.
Oh, yeah, Crimson Chin. That was one of the best. I actually went on. Okay, so there is a skepticalism about going on with the Crimson Chin and the Nega Chin, as if he said the other way around. You remember that episode when it was
Vague.
It was the evil, yes, Looney Tunes, the original ones. The new ones are not good. I don't like the new ones where they kind of like animated it, but the original one's good. But it was the Crimson Chin, and it was an episode where he had like a dark side called the Nega Chin,
I do
and
remember that, yeah.
and there was an episode, that episode Crocker didn't say that, he said the other one, and people were like, wait, hold on, what? Because he was black and he had the chin. So for next year's Halloween, I'm going as the Nega Chin.
Oh no.
Yes, so I have to go get a big, like, I'm gonna find a way to get a big bodysuit, and
Big,
I'm gonna
that's hilarious.
I'm gonna see if it works.
Give it a go,
Yes.
right?
I mean,
Yes.
see it or Genie, one or the other. Um, I got to just grow this out. This can grow out pretty long, but I don't know if it's long enough to braid. So,
Well, you
but
got
Looney
almost a
Tunes,
year, so
yeah,
give it a
Looney
go.
Tunes, yeah. See what happens. Looney Tunes is good. It's like, yeah, Looney Tunes was good. Tom and Jerry. The ending was depressing though. Did you see the ending of
I don't
Tom and
think I
Jerry?
did.
So I
No,
think they took it down. So Tom, remember the cat Tom's always been trying to get, and the mouse that Jerry's been always trying to get, the chick, the females.
yeah.
And yeah, so at the end of the episode, it tells you like, you know, they fell in love with someone, but there's always someone else who like will have more money that will take somebody else. Who there's always someone who will get that. And basically the last episode they both commit suicide. They sit on a
I got
train,
it.
and Tom was like drunk on milk and was trying to, like, he was like, they were emphasizing he was drunk. And yeah, and then Jerry tried helping Tom, and then Jerry found out that his love life was bought out by somebody else, another mouse. And so he goes there and they sit there and they're all messed up sitting there, and the last thing they see is a train coming on the tracks, and they were just sitting there. I'm like, wow,
That's
that's sad.
horrible. Aw.
And let's see, Tiny Toons.
Looney
Oh,
to
we're
Animaniacs,
tiny.
I
We're
was going to
yeah.
say. We're
We're
tiny and we're
tiny. We're
toony. We're just
toony.
a
We're
little
all a
bit
little
loony.
loony. And is that the end? No, we're Animaniacs.
Maniacs.
Where was it? Do you
And
remember?
we're zany to the max. I knew
Max.
I would like figure out.
They taught
There's
you how to
been
do the capitals, the states or the capitals. They
oh
did.
yeah, oh my gosh, my nephew can still do there's the states one and there's the countries of the world one.
Yes, that was good. Marvin the Martian, Willie Coyote. Yes, we're
No,
still
we're
going.
not Hilario, no.
We're not. We're not. Go
I'm
go
just kidding.
go to the old town road, Hilario. um,
Barbara
Marvin
Seville
Martian.
was the best. Welcome to my
Yes.
shop. Let me cut your mop. Let me shave your
Yeah.
crop. Day to leave. I used to love that.
Willie Coyote and Roadrunner. Meep meep.
Wiley
That was a good one.
Coyote.
Yeah, I can't
Yosemite
say.
Sam.
Yeah, Yosemite Sam, Barbara
Barbara
Seville with
Seville.
Elmer and Bugs Bunny. Dude, Elmer and Bugs are the best like duo. Like those two always catching each other. It's like Space Jam. Like,
Golden helmet.
yep.
And my
Space
spiel.
the spew. Space Jam is like when I saw they made the second Space Jam with LeBron James, I said, "No, this is not going to work." It's like the keep it original with the old school Looney Tunes and Michael Jordan, and not with all these new people. But the old school stuff, where it's at, like the Powerpuff Girls. I used to watch that, and Johnny Bravo.
Oh yeah.
But I
Yep.
love you just reminded me of Ed, and Eddie episode that was supposed to be the end of the series where you find out they're just old men in a nursing home. Really?
I never
I
watched that
didn't
one, but that
I
sounds
never seen that.
cool.
I thought they never really finished it. That you know what? A lot of shows, cartoons like that, they never finish it. Like Kids Next Door. I don't know if you've ever seen that show. Talking
Long time
about
ago.
talking about how kids should beat up their adults. Like that's what it is. Kids Next Door is about fighting adult tyranny. So
Okay. Jeez.
you have to. It's like they have these advanced weapons and stuff like that, and they're going after. They have a moon base and stuff like that, and it's so weird, but it's like an awesome show. Like, but yeah, Ed and Eddie, I didn't know that. That's sad. I thought it was talking about how to be a good business person and make money, like, because that's all what they talked about in the episode was, how do we sell this job breaker, or no, how do we get the job breaker? Because they never had a job breaker, and I was always afraid of having job breakers because I really was scared it was that big. I'm like, is my mouth really going to open that wide when I had one? And then I really saw one. I'm like, there's a ball. Like it's like this big. It's like, what is this? It doesn't even look that good. So,
You can get the giant ones.
can you?
Hmm.
But how are
You
you
have to
going to
like
put
break
that
it
in?
open with a hammer.
Yeah, but yeah, okay, yeah, but you can't just like, oh, hey
No,
guys, like
I mean, there's probably videos on the internet of people who can, but
oh,
most of us can't.
it's like the videos of the people eye popping their eyes out. Have you seen those
Oh,
contests where they
yes,
just open their
gross.
eyes and they like measure out like how long their eyeballs can pop out?
Yep.
So it's
Oh
like
my gosh.
I miss the old cartoons. I really do. Like Samurai Jack and those um late night shows that you weren't supposed to watch, but who cares? I did. Robot Chicken I did. It was amazing. I loved it.
Yes.
Um Kinky to what?
Probably what I said about the people online that could put one of those in their mouth.
Oh, the jawbreak,
The jawbreaker, yeah.
the jawbreak. I'm sitting here like, what's kinky about what happened to Ed and Eddie?
You just skipped right over that. So,
Yeah, I'm like, yeah,
oh
what?
goodness. Well, I could talk about old cartoons all night, but we're coming up on 2.5 hours.
Yes,
So
we
I'm
are.
going to remember when I'm like, oh no, just an hour. We'll just do an
No.
hour, and
You know
then we're
what? It
still
was good.
talking.
We had a lot of conversation today, and
Oh my
people
god,
were.
absolutely. And like I said, I could keep talking, but it's
We
like
could.
11:30 here, and I have to work. So
Yes. Are you going to be on Monday on on our cast on our talk Monday?
I could be. Let me just double
No.
check with my husband that I
That's
don't have because that's a day
yeah.
day. So
So is it okay if I tell people about Mike real quick?
of course,
Yeah,
please,
okay,
please.
cool.
That's
Thank
why
you.
you're on.
I want to
Yeah,
make
no,
sure,
please.
so everyone, I do have our own podcast too, with some of my actors, and we talk about everything. Like, but this one we're going to be talking a lot about independent films and independent filmmakers. So, this is going to be a really cool segment, podcast where we'll talk about a bunch of stuff, but it's more about supporting the independent world. And so if you have an independent film that you are working on or you're doing, please stay tuned because I will be making a post about it soon where you can send your poster, your Indiegogo, um, uh, your synopsis of your story, and go ahead and send that. I will get the link out or the email where you can send it, and you can. It's a great opportunity for us to promote independent filmmakers. So definitely don't miss out on that one. So
What
stay
time
tuned.
and where can they find it?
So are you saying what time the podcast is
What
going
time
to
is the
be?
podcast and
So
where
the
do you?
podcast is going to be Monday. It's going to be on my Movie Crew 17 channel. And I'll be making a post of that soon, and I'll just tag Sydnee in it. So be on the lookout. So if you have any new upcoming films that you are working on, or you're directing it and you want to get it out there, This is a great opportunity, but the only one rule is you have to be there present when we talk about it, because we don't want, it's not fair for other people who wait the whole time to get their things shown. So if you're not present during the time, I won't show it. But we got 20 spots that we're going to have open. So don't miss out. That's a great opportunity to promote. So, because we're all sticking together, right? We got to stick together on independent films.
When the tide comes in, all ships rise. I'm going to keep saying it because it is true. And once again, it's okay, Captain. We can buff out those scratches. You're good. You're good. You're good. But to get specifically to the Red Huntress Indiegogo page, I have a bit.ly. It's just bit.ly.Red Huntress. And then at the Red Huntress series is where you can follow it on Instagram and Facebook. And
get her perk. Get the perk right. Oh, wait, wrong way. There you go. Get her perk right over there. It's reverse. I got it. Get her perk.
Get my perk. Yes.
Get her perk and support us and share it. You know, you don't have to give money, but sharing it is sharing is caring.
Sharing is
caring.
And you can also get a copy of Everything I Need to Know I Learned in Go-Go, How a Preacher's Daughter Pole Danced Her Way to Finding Her True Self. Yes, you do.
Yes. I have to get the book next time you come out here.
See, it's legit. I even got the pole and everything.
Look, you get the pole and everything. Ooh, maybe I'll try pole dancing. I'll give it a shot.
You should just make sure to video it so we can all see.
Oh, yeah.
Because sharing is caring, Keith. But you can get that at learninggogo.com, or to get to both the Red Huntress Indiegogo and my stuff, you can go to my link tree as well. But this has been so much fun. Thank you so much for hopping on here. And thank you to everybody who has been hanging out with us for the last bit.
2.5 hours.
It's been so much fun. And we got to do this again. Hopefully Monday.
Yes.
Like, that would be awesome. So,
great time.
You guys come catch us on Keith's podcast. And remember, when life comes at you, you have to take it head on. Because when you stick your head in the sand, you think you're hiding from the world, but everybody else just sees a big ass. Love you.